Okay, I hope you can see this. Civilization started with agriculture. Custom-made shirt from my aunt forever, Shaka Indugu. Civilization started with agriculture. This is Curse of Hammurabi, Shaka Indugu, who I support. Civilization started with agriculture.
Hey, this is my unboxing video that I'm doing for the product I bought from my Out Forever's channel. I bought the coffee mug, and here it is. Sorry there's a glare from the screen, but lots of bold, crisp, beautiful colors, inside and out, high quality ceramic. I absolutely love it. So y'all go check out his website. It's got a lot of fun, fresh designs. And cheers to you, Shaka, and all of your endeavors. Peace.
All right. Hey, brother Donnie Williams. See, you got your mate.
Yeah. What's up, Shaka? I was gonna do just I know it's a serious topic, but I was gonna do a little.
No, I appreciate that, bro. I'm
unboxing.
glad.
So
I'm glad. Yeah. Live unboxing, bro. You don't mind if I use this excerpt, like as a clip, my intro?
No,
Oh,
it's all good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And for those who wonder, I'm gonna share the link. All right, that's lovely.
Yeah, I got the Heather Gray. Oh man,
Oh, you got the Kemet shirt as well. Okay.
Yeah, can you? I didn't know it had that on the back though.
Back. Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's what's up,
That's
man.
lovely. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So just letting you know, just coming through, showing some support real quick, man. I'm about to get back into this Netflix film, so just wanted to say peace, man, and thanks.
Yeah, thanks a lot, brother.
Okay.
All right. Our sister RP is in the place to be. What's up, sister?
E.T. Sen E. How you doing?
E.T. Senate E. I'm doing Nefer.
Oh, great. Well, I got it today. I was thinking it was coming from France, but then I did the tracking and it was outside actually when I went to check, and here it is.
Oh, that's what's up. It's just like my hat. That's what's up.
Yeah.
Let me do the solo layout. There it is, brothers and sisters. That's what's up.
I really like this. Yeah, so I have an after school program that I help facilitate. And I'm going to wear this because we're going to start talking about coding. So I'm going to use this as an introduction because this is a code. It's ancient code, but it's still a code. And then we're going to be able to, I'll be able to demonstrate to them the meanings inside each of the, glyphs and stuff. So, but yeah, I was looking online and I was like, this is actually like really good designs, So as soon as I get some more, extra money, I'm gonna get the matching hat, and I want to get a Ma'at shirt. But I really like the Kemet one to start with. Yeah, so it's really good, and the prices ain't bad either. So
thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
But
Donnie Williams wrote. Yes, go ahead, sister. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say that boonie cover, the hat. I don't know what they call it. I call it a boonie cover. I really like that with the
bandana.
Nah.
Oh, the cover, the protection cover thing.
Yeah, it goes all the way around.
1 2 1 2. Hotep Senuhena Senut Tiren Ishakandugu Kemet. I hope you're doing well. The title of this live stream is Pseudo Smash Rockwell claimed that Kush is not in Nubia. Oh, yes, he did. He's also known as John Owens or Jonathan Owens. He was part of a rap group called Hieroglyphics, and then he used to go by Casual. Let me just show you something. Ça va? Bonjour. Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Ça va?
Oui.
Berapa? Okay. Ça va, maman? Maman t'appelle. Okay. So first, let me show you something. See this? I'm going to tell you where it comes from. Let me first read it. Nubia, to the immediate south of Egypt, consisted of two main regions. Wawat or Lower Nubia, the northern area, with its northern border at the First Cataract, modern Aswan, and its southern border perhaps at Wadi Halfa during the Middle Kingdom. Kush, a name mentioned for the first time in the Middle Kingdom, which lay to the south of the Second Cataract. This screen capture comes from this. It comes from the University of Manchester Egyptology course. The Certificate of Egyptology, which is a 3-year course and ends up getting you 120 credits, which is the same as a bachelor's degree. The same amount of credit as a bachelor's degree. It's not the same name, but the same level. Safe to say it's the same level. And some of the fans, not to say groupies, of Pseudo Smash Rockwell have seen him several times showing this university website because he got beat up so bad that he's considering going to school, which is a good thing. So it will help him no longer be in pseudo. Now, morally, he's cool with the rapists and the pedophiles. Still on that channel over there. Doesn't bother him. But when it comes to this so-called academic or teaching, he's way off. He already said that the Hyksos are made up, that the Hyksos are fake, that they made that up. So according to him, Hyksos are made up. And he had the nerve to say that Kush is not in Nubia. All right? So for the record, before you hear him making that crazy claim, for the record, let me share this in the chat. Encyclopedia Britannica. Kush. Region and kingdoms of ancient Nubia, Africa. Kush, also spelled Kush with a C. The southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia. Now, for those who prefer Wikipedia, for whatever reason, here you have Wikipedia. Let me put this in the chat. What does it say? Kingdom of Kush The kingdom of Kush, Egyptian Kush, Assyrian, blah, 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 ancient Greek, blah, 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 Coptic, blah, 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 Hebrew, blah, 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 also known as the Kushite Empire or simply Kush, was an ancient kingdom in Nubia, centered along the Nile Valley in what is now northern Sudan and southern Egypt. The region of Nubia was an early cradle of civilization, blah, blah, blah. So it's safe to say that indeed in Nubia. Now listen to Pseudo Smash at work. These guys are so xenophobic that when they are faced with someone who is not from their location, someone who is not from their country, they feel like they're going to talk themselves, they're going to talk the dude down until they make their point. That's really one of the greatest examples of being pseudo. You just want to be right, and you're going to say anything that pops in your head, thinking that you're making good logical arguments. Now you will notice this is from my channel. Some people were rejoicing, thinking that I lost it. So here, let's continue with this situation there.
I'm fine with that, but what I'm trying to say, brother, this book, there's 4 volumes, and he actually translates the text. He shows the how.
We read Metal Lecture. The book that you talk about. We gonna read the
that I just talked about.
That's what I mean. The book that you talk about. We gonna read the text. We read Metal Lecture.
I'm fine with that. No, I want to tell you.
Just heard what some people said. Let's pull up the text because I don't have you ain't read it. You just heard what some people said about it. I can tell.
No, actually, this guy. I want to tell you this book that I just talked about.
That's what I mean. The book that you talk about. We gonna read the text. We read Metal Lecture.
I'm fine with that. But what I'm trying to say, brother, this book, there's 4 volumes, and he actually translates the text. He shows the hieroglyphic transcript, and he translates it. So he's not just making stuff up. He's going by what the texts say. And this text from different periods. There's many different texts.
I don't think he's making nothing up. I just was simply saying the way that you was understanding, explaining the understanding of the story makes me think out of all the primaries you went over, you might not have used that one. That's all I'm saying. Because when you,
yeah, I agree with you. It's possible that one you're talking about, I might have not read it, but it's just like this decipherment of the hieroglyphic. It didn't happen just in one step. So with the Nubians, the Magi, there's different events. And actually, the Hyksos, the Beni Hassan, that's 1900 BC. You see, that's almost 2000 BC. But the situation with the Hyksos ruling the north, that would be, I would say, some might say between 1700 and 1500, or between 1500 and 1300. But basically, at the beginning of the 18th dynasty, that's where they were kicked out. So those people have been there for a long time, and obviously it appears that at one point they decided to take over. They just debowed the situation in the north.
Hey, Shaka. So when you say that the Hyksos took over, this is just a question why Smash is over here. We're setting things up. So how far down do you suppose that the Hyksos, when they took over, how far down would you say they took over?
The northern side, the delta, and the capital of the Hyksos is a place called Avaris. And the funny thing is that Avaris in French means greed, and their main deity was Set. So
yeah, correct.
Yeah. So yeah, they were ruling the north. They were not. Some people think that they were ruling all the country. And as a matter of fact, there's correspondence between the kings of. We could say Nubia, but
the Thebans.
Yeah, this correspondence, like when I see you song, like they were just literally writing, man, I'm gonna rip you. I'm paraphrasing, like I'm gonna rip your. I think he actually says something to the effect of I'm gonna rip your belly apart or something like that. But they were sending each other letters, like I'm gonna do this. It's like today, now Twitter or whatever. Like when I see you with song, they were really having conversations like that.
All right, so we got the chance to get to the bottom of peace. I see Mental Son in the building. I also see on Coma Jed in the building. What's up with y'all? Y'all want to get a word in before we step to this Kamos Stella?
Well, blessed love, man. I am the
I just want to show because just earlier I ain't tripping off that, but he said no, I don't think you're ready, whatever. And here you heard he said the Camus is Stella, right? Now hold on, I'll do the solo layout, but
Well, why would he even say that? I don't
yeah,
get
but
that,
that's
man.
what people do, man. You know. But here, you see, that's in French, but here.
Oh,
Oh,
you're also
se-
showing you're also
second
showing
Camus
your
is
house
Stella.
too.
Come again?
You're also showing your house too, Shaka. That was the new challenge.
Yeah, but Shaka, the problem with what he's saying is that when he says, "I don't think you read it," he's literally suggesting you're lying. But so why would you suggest? What is it about you that he's ever learned, ever in any interaction with you? Where does he know you to ever lie about something, or to make something up, or to fabricate? It doesn't make any sense.
But
Nobody knows you for that.
it was I didn't pay no mind to that. You know what I'm saying? Because
I don't think you read it, Shaka.
he was
I don't
focused
think you read it.
he was focused on a particular argument. But it's going to get more interesting as we go on.
inside taking in the conversation.
No,
Heal
but
up,
I'm just here to.
Shaka, Kemet, heal up everybody else.
Word up. Mental?
Yeah. I'm just trying to catch you whenever you're free at any point, casual. So I'm just peeping the knowledge for now.
It's all good. You got my line. Why you act like I'm hard to get at, bro? Hit me up
Man,
whenever.
I've been trying to get at you for
I got the
months.
same number. I don't be discording and all that. So just hit the number.
Find it though.
It's all good. All right, that's what's up. I got you. Yeah, but I mean, I got it. Well, since I probably need to step my game back up. I just got back on my Telegram because once I reset my computer, I updated my.
And for the record, it says Camus is Stile 2. So it's the second Camus is Stile. And what I've shown you, you can double check in French on Google Translate. Second, Stele de Camus is second. Basically, second is the same as in English. We just have an E at the end because it's a feminine word in French. But once again, okay. See here, second. Stele is Stile, we just have the accent. Off, de means off, Camosis, but it's okay, it's not a victory.
I still don't believe you read it. I still don't. Just because you have a book, don't mean you read it. Okay.
Well, I have
read it in front of my face. Read it in front of my face. God damn it! The whole 200, 400 word book pages of each volume.
That's okay. It's not really going to show, but that's page 16. I don't know if it's going to show, but my marker is way towards the end, like page 300. But it's okay. I'm
Man, you think you're better than everybody, Shaka?
My RAM and stuff. So some of them apps I'll be suspicious of them. Like they might be the reason why I'm having certain problems with my computer. And I just been eliminating a lot of those type of things. But yeah, I appreciate having y'all here and let's build. So we were just talking about some letters that were intercepted I said they was intercepted by the Magi and brought back to Kamos. Now let's talk about it because we know they got various different groups of Nubians. But from reading the text with our eyes, I'm not saying looking at, we looking at a translation of it that also provides us interlinear transcriptions. So then we could refer back to the Medu Neter without having the primary, also see what other scholars think about the text. And so this is about the time when he was trying to expel these Asiatics. You see what I'm saying? And get them up out of Kemet. And so during this correspondence on the stele, there's a story told about somebody intercepting a text. And so let's get to the text and see. First, I think we're going to recall that it ain't the king.
Actually, you know what? How can I do it? Okay, never mind. Because I could show the book, but I'm gonna do it this way because I don't want to take time plugging the viewer. So do this.
See what I'm talking about? I told y'all he ain't got that book. I told you.
Now. Earlier, Smash was saying, you know, that it was the Nubians who intercepted the letter. But it's not a big deal, you know what I'm saying? But
did Tazariak have that book? No.
That's the second stela of Camosis. So you see, this is page 12 here. But just before, on page 9, is talking about the end of the second intermediary period, you know. And if you remember the PhD, she showed the attestation before that period and after that period. But towards the end, here, during the reign of avarice, some of Camos's men intercepted, you can even see that in French, the word is similar to the English, a messenger of Apopi. Now, Apopi, that's Apep, you know. Actually, Apep is the snake, like usually a evil snake. That's the one that attacks Ra in his bark. And we have depictions of Set protecting the bark of Ra, fighting off Apep. And one of these Hyksos ruler took the name Apep or Apophis, like they call it in Greek, you know. So, you know, that's what record. So they intercepted a messenger of Apophis, so that would be, you know, one of the Hyksos ruler, you know what I'm saying, sent to incite the king of Kerma to attack. You see, attack here in French is similar to the English. And Haute Egypt is Upper Egypt, you see. And to take the Theban, you see, Theban is similar to English. Roi means king. Oneto is basically mean like, you know, how do you say it in English? Like, you know, one on one side and the other one on another side, you know. So he's one of the Camos's men, you know what I'm saying, who intercepted some of Camos's men who intercepted that letter sent. But anyway, you know, just for the is it?
King who intercept the text, some Nubians are some magi, and I'm saying this because,
and he's saying it again.
We recall that it ain't the king who intercept the text. Some Nubians are some magi, and I'm saying this because in this text, these are the ones he specifically called by name. Now, we ain't gonna read the whole.
Stone wrote, I blame Onk. Smash stated Onk taught him this Hyksos stuff. I've heard some of the other stream, and, you know, Onk was going back and forth with Osam Kha, even though Osam Kha gave him props for bringing up something that he was unaware of, but Onk was still a bit, you know, agitated or whatever. Onk mentioned that it's some information that he learned from Dr. Mario Beatty. But, you know, the problem is that sometimes people cap a bit too much, you know what I'm saying? It's good to discover new stuff, but we have to be careful with the claims that we're making. But it's okay, you know. So at this point, it's still a good convo.
And you know what, Doctor? You know, sometimes, you know, one thing that's happened, I think, through technology is that, you know, well, like my generation, I don't know about your generation, but my generation, it was only books. When you got a book, you had to read the whole book. And that's what you did. And you might read the whole book 10, 20 times. And, you know, as a kid, you would read a book twice, and then you would write a report, something like that. You know what I'm saying? As an adult, you might read a book enjoy a book 10 times at a minimum, right? But you read the whole book. This generation, there's this new thing about the internet where you don't have to read the whole book. You can miss a lot of context and you can get certain bites and bits. And I
Because you
think,
can search within the book.
yeah, and I think that's where the scholarship goes wrong a lot of times, because there's nothing like reading the whole book yourself. There just never is. Even if you read the whole book yourself online or you read the whole paperback yourself or whatever, but it's still nothing like reading the whole book. No one can read the whole book for you. You got to read the whole book yourself. That is, I mean, you don't have to. You could trust legitimate scholars on topics, but if you want to replace that, the really, there's the only best thing is to read the book yourself. I mean, then you're going to get the whole context of what's going on, and you might have a more thorough understanding of what these few sentences you might want to copy and paste mean. But yeah.
No, there's a bummer who smash overreacted and owes you an apology. Storm wrote an apology followed by a nice brotherly conversation would be great. And I don't mind conversation, but I have a question though. We have signed it on tape, on record, defending the committed child molester, Malachi York. So I want to know, does he have good character? Yes or no? He can answer yes, he can answer no. I don't mind, but it has to be one of the two.
Yeah. Conversation rules the nation.
Yeah, that's how you convince people. That's how you rally the troops. I'm in school probably she meant to write. We had objectives to know what is expected to be learned, then read and answer questions and summarize what you've learned. These ninjas skim and light up the YouTube. But when he said that it was Nubians who intercepted, or Magi that intercepted the letter, did he make that up? Or is it written? I don't know. I'm not claiming, I'm just asking.
Whole thing, but I'll provide it for everybody to read. Just a quick link to it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just gonna start so we can get Howard start after I finish telling what they about to do, and I'll share it real quick. They call certain Nubians by name, the Magi, and they kind of like, okay, this is what's going on. And so we know the regions they are, and there are two spies that get caught by their patrol.
Shocking. Can I interject?
And this letter is caught, and then they start reading.
Good brother, feel free.
Yeah, so in his book, he speaks of people having the Nahes name, Nahes, whatever, Pi something, or whatever. It always had the Nahes in their name. So I just wanted to put that out there too.
But in his book, is he saying that it was on Nahes that intercepted the letter?
Don't quote me, but he does have do you have his book?
No, I don't have his book, but I have in this book. I have the second Camus Stella with the translation and the transliteration as well as the glyphs.
Okay, well, I can't speak on it right now, but I'm just saying that he in chapter 10 of his book he does mention a lot of the Nahesiu have a lot of Nahes in front of their name. I just thought it was important to share.
Okay. But I think I will find the actual part where they mention the letter intercepted. But yeah, let me just continue playing that. Sorry.
The contents of the letter. So instead of reading the whole Stella, we'll go into the portion of where they get caught, and we'll read how that part start going down to see exactly who's pinpointed as being in cahoots, or what's interpolation, or what's what. All right. And I'm just again trying to get to that part, but I'm going to provide the whole text for everybody to look over and form their own opinions. Because I'm just not pulling this out of nowhere.
Now, maybe the confusion came because at one point in the second Camus Stella, it does say that there's a group of Magi that was further ahead of them, of their fortified camp. And the author put IE as, damn, how you say éclaireur? Éclaireur.
Just say it.
Hold on. Is it the same in English?
Probably.
Éclaireur. Oh, damn. Wait, okay. Copy. Is it? Oh, it's not the bilingual dictionary. Something went wrong. There it is. So it's a translation in English. It's a simple word. It's just I don't know the. Well, scouting as a scout. Yeah, I didn't even know they use that term in military. A scout. You know, somebody basically is going to be ahead. You know, to give you
Yeah.
the heads up. You know, so
Mhm.
it does mention that. So maybe the confusion came because of that sentence. You know, but hold on. And later on, it says, I sent that he sent a powerful troop of magi. You know. Okay, I'm gonna play when I find the part about the letter. You know, I mention it.
Where I'm kind of like pulling out of it can say my ill-formed conclusions if y'all want to show me the error and the way that I'm seeing this. And so let's try to get to where they start talking about this. All right. And there it go, right here. So it's checkmate already. But you know how I do at any level of the research. So let's check it out. So this is when it start going down, and we're gonna see how they talking about it. They translate. Well, I'll go back a page because I don't want it to be so uncertain to people what's going on at this point in the text. It says, there's no, so basically, all right, he dismembers these two countries to make them suffer, my country and yours. Now, this is Nessie, the Nubian, writing this after devastating them. I'm sure it was commissioned by whoever, but whatever. Come, drive north. Have no fear. Behold, he is here with me. There's no one who stands against you in this part of Egypt. Behold, I will not give him his way until you have arrived. Then we will divide the cities of this part. This is the letter of Egypt, and Ken-Nefer will be in full joy. Now let's peep gang. This is when the Pharaoh steps in to speak or whatever, as they have the cartouche before those parts. We know how that is, or whatever. But y'all can say I made that up or whatever, but this simply a cartouche if we was looking at the primary preceding this parts. And it says, the mighty, gifted with life, who controls and eliminates the mistakes and abuses. Then it says, I have subdued the mountains, desert, and the beginning of the land and the river as well.
Now I have the actual quote, and it says, now this is the second Camus Stella, and it says, I captured his messenger before the oasis, and he was heading towards the south in direction of Kush, holding a written document. And then he says, I found in it the written transcriptions of the words coming from the sovereign of avarice. And then he goes on to say, you know, User Ra, son of Ra, Apep or Ipepi, is greeting the son of the sovereign of Kush. And anyway, but so I don't know if Smash gonna read that, but it doesn't say that it was Magi's or Nubians who intercepted it, but you know, that's just a detail, really.
I can't find a way to, you can't find a way to bring me down. I am not negligent. I do not neglect my army. Now, this is when it's about to start kicking in right here. I just had to read that so we could get the full context. And if you want a fuller context, just read the whole text. The face of the north inhabitants has not warped away. He was afraid of me when I still sailed north, before we would have fought, before I would have reached him. And as soon as he saw my glowing heart, he sent as far as Kush. He didn't ask the Magi, but he sent as far as Kush to ask for help, i.e., to help for himself. Now let's see what happened. But having captured them along the way, I did not let them reach their destination. So let's see what happened. Then I arranged for her to be brought back to him again, and I was left on the east side and left with the strength. Let's make sure this is the part about the letter, because I'm scanning through and want to make sure that this is the part about the letter before I get to reading all this shit, and then I have to skip through. Hold on. It go down in the same type of way, but they didn't say I intercepted the 2 spies with the letter on their way to.
Yeah, you found a part, Donnie. You're on mute though.
Yeah, your brains seem to think alike because I'm like,
No, I was just having fun with the Nahesi part in chapter 10.
I mean, but again, this is just reminding me of, okay, but maybe you could just read the whole book. You can just read the stuff. I mean, because it does get confusing when you try to dissect bits and pieces on the internet of things from you miss a lot of context, you lose a lot of detail, and you can confuse yourself, and you might need to double check. But go ahead.
Yeah, you may need to double check. The funny thing is, he told me, he told me that he feels like I haven't read the stuff, and he wants to show the stuff.
Exactly.
Later, he doesn't find it. You know what I'm saying? So he sounds like he made that up, that he was it was a Magi or Nubians who intercepted the letter. But
it can be confusing. Maybe it's me who haven't read it. Oops, I don't know what's going on.
Oh, we lost Danny Williams. Feel free to come back, brother. Let me continue with this thing here.
So maybe I was reading a different portion of the text, and you just need to allow me to pull it up. I'm gonna let somebody build while I look for this portion of the text.
And maybe we're talking about the same text ultimately, but can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Oh yeah, thank you. But maybe we're not talking about the same text, because the text I'm talking about is actually Hyksos ruler, an Asiatic ruler, who wrote to one of the ruler of Nubia, and told him, you just ally with me, and let's go against Kemet. You see?
Yeah.
So yes.
There you go.
Indeed.
It's right here. Y'all see the screen? I just had to go back. Everything you're just saying right now. Let's read it. I leave it empty with no people in it after I broke it up, their cities, and set didn't I just read this? And see, I told you it reads just the same, but it's just a little. And I set their places on fire, and they became red and barren in the hills because of the destruction they had caused in Egypt. Those who gave themselves to heed the cries of the Asiatic to serve them or to help them, they have forsaken the ruler. Now look, I intercepted a message from him. This is their ruler. From above, south of the oasis on the journey south to Kush. In a written letter, it says, I found in it, so there they are pinpointing Kush. And it's going to simply say he going to get at Kush, not the Nubians. Watch this. I found in it, it says it right there, but we're going to keep going. I found in it the following writing by the hand of the ruler of a...
So here what happened is that he's reading himself, the text, and you can see I translated from French to English as I was reading our French book in real time. And, it's about the same thing. Now, he's realizing that it doesn't say that it was Magi or Nubians that intercepted the letter. And now he's coming with another argument. He said, Kush, not Nubia. You know what I'm saying? And then we're gonna have a discussion about that. But let me go back so we can hear it.
I found in it, I mean, say he gonna get at Kush, not the Nubians.
See, he said they're gonna get at Kush, not the Nubians. So we're gonna have a discussion about, where is Kush and where is Nubia, and you're all gonna hear it, So
watch this. I found in it, I mean, it says it right there, but we're gonna keep going. I found in it the following writing by the hand of the ruler of Avaris. Now look,
Kush, that's the Nubians, brother.
Pardon me?
Kush, you said Kush, not the Nubians. Kush, that's the Nubians.
No, you think Kush is the Nubians? You think Kush is Nubia?
Kush, yes, Kush is the area.
You think Kerma is Nubia?
I would say so, yes. It might
No, you're making an error. That's an error.
Probably.
So you notice he was getting a bit salty because he said something's not there. So he asked me, Kush and Nubia, and Kush is Nubia, and I tell him yes. He asked me the question several times. Then what does he do? Then he goes Kerma. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all good.
Probably we can talk about it. Probably. Kush, yes.
You pardon me? Writing by the hand of the ruler of Avaris. Now look,
Kush, that's the Nubians, brother.
Pardon me?
Kush, you said Kush, not the Nubians. Kush, that's the Nubians.
No, you think Kush is the Nubians? You think Kush is Nubia?
Kush, yes, Kush is the area.
You think Kerma is Nubia?
I would say so, yes. It might
no, you're making an error. That's an error.
Probably.
So you notice he was getting a bit salty because he said something's not there. So he asked me, Kush and Nubia, and Kush is Nubia, and I tell him yes. He asked me the question several times. Then what does he do? Then he goes Kerma. You know what I'm saying? But hey, it's all good.
Probably we can talk about it.
Because you know why? Because the people in the middle of Kush and Egypt intercepted the letter. And these are our magi.
See, he's making that up. He's making that up. The text doesn't say that, but it's okay.
And this whole Stella, this whole everything we writing is signed by who? A person who lets you know that he a Nubian by his name, the treasurer Nessie. So he.
Oh, well, here he has a point. I must admit it. He has a point. That's his name. Now, most likely he is a Nubian. Now if it's
man, don't give him no point, Shaka, man. Man.
We gotta be fair. We gotta be fair. He has a point. He has an argument here. So maybe somebody needs to that.
No, but why be fair, man? Why be fair, man? Why be fair? This ain't got nothing to do with being fair.
So from that name, we may conclude that the person who wrote was a Nubian. Now, whether it was a Magi or not doesn't make a big difference, because Magi's, people.
And besides, Shaka, you gotta understand, you're being fair with somebody that ain't from here. So think about it first.
I don't mind, man. You have to be fair with everybody, no matter where they are.
No, it ain't his people. And so he being clear in saying Kush, and then they're going to go back to say Magi on the same Stella to make the distinction of the error that Professor Manu Ampin illustrates about us never making the mistakes of thinking that Kushites are Nubians. But let's see.
We can look up Kush, like on Encyclopedia Britannica, and see what they say.
I'm pretty sure. Aren't you studying Egyptology in the school?
Yeah, but
hold on. You see, I told you, you was a bit salty. Ain't you studying Egyptology in the school?
I'm
Is
pretty
he
sure.
studying
Egyptology in the school?
I don't understand that. Is you studying Egyptology in the school?
It's a shot. It's so good. I ain't tripping over that.
Yeah, but
hold on. Let us finish the discourse real quick before you get it in, because I know they never gonna lead you to Encyclopedia Britannica.
Oh, you sure?
Have they done that yet?
Well, they actually directed.
They haven't, bro. They haven't. Just keep it a buck.
He's not letting me answer. So basically, he's saying that schools will never direct you to Encyclopedia Britannica. Which I find
And,
strange as a
and
statement.
you know
But
why?
yeah,
Because after all, he would have to admit he's wrong.
hey, man, it's all
That
good,
can't
man.
happen.
Yeah.
No.
They
So
they
are you
they
saying that
told you
Britannica
if you look in Encyclopedia Britannica where you're studying Egyptology. No, because they got better sources.
directed to
And
people?
oh, I thought you. Oh, we couldn't hear you. We couldn't hear you. You got the floor. My bad.
Oh, okay,
Your
okay.
phone was breaking up.
Oh, okay, I see. They direct us to people who are not even PhDs. They direct us to websites of people who don't have any degrees in the field, but some of them are hosted on university. For example, Plutarch, the person who actually wrote or copied the text of Plutarch. I forgot the name of the university, but Osam Khan, he did that same program as me. He had the same professor that I have. But are you trying to say that Encyclopedia Britannica is not reliable?
Nah, I'm saying when you get so encyclopedias are for to give you a
Now, for the record, here it says Neshi, not Nehesi. So I want to go back. Now this timestamp is 148:10. I'm gonna type it so I don't lose it. 148.
He makes a habit of
Hello.
assuming and trying to assert that his assumptions are correct.
Yeah.
Instead of instead of just asking. If you don't know, you don't know. You can also ask. If you haven't read something and you're reading it the first time or the second time and you haven't read all of it, you could also say that when you're reading it instead of reading it like you're well learned in it.
He pulled sorry to cut you off, brother, but he pulled a Jeremiah tree. He read that Nehesi, but you see, he says Neshi, not Nehesi. Now, for those who don't know, Nehesi is a term for some people that we will label as Nubians or people from the south. You know what I'm saying? So here you see it's Neshi, Neshi, not Nehesi. But let's hear how he reads it. But sometimes you read quick, sometimes you read from memory. So but hold on. Oh, I put the volume down.
clear in saying, so he by his name, the treasurer Nessie.
So well, actually, he read it Nessie, but obviously he thought of Nehesi, but just for the record, so I have to take back what I said earlier. He's a director of the seal or treasurer, as it is translated in English, Neshi. So how do we know it was a Magi or some Nubian that intercepted the letter? You know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's go back to the timestamp. We were 148:10, 148:10.
To give you a general overview of a wide variety of subjects.
Yeah, but they're written by experts, though.
Yes, sure, but that of course, but those experts, like they're not sitting in classes teaching encyclopedias. They teach you from more detailed sources.
Right now, the exercise of Smash is just to explain why we should not rely on Encyclopedia Britannica, which I find strange then, and still now. But some people just want to be right and make points, so I'm like, okay, never mind.
With more highly updated information. You know what I'm saying? It's updated every semester.
Stop it, Doug.
And so that is what
it just sounds. It's starting to sound cultish, pyramid schemish. Like it's like more updated. So who are the more updated people? Do you mean they not with Encyclopedia Britannica? They not more. They don't follow the updates. No, it's me. It's me. Get it from me.
And we're talking about the online dictionary. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they used to do softwares. I actually have the software, Britannica 2012. When I used to make those videos.
That's what I'm saying, man.
I will mention it. It was the latest. Then they had 2013. and they stopped doing the CD, software because they figured, people copying and stuff like that. But now, they do the stuff online, so if it's online, it's very easy to update the information.
It's
But
very updated. And yeah, you know. But you also got to be reasonable when you read it. Be reasonable now, It's just like when you read anything. It's like,
but it is what it is, man. Hold on, I have to charge my stuff. Okay, let me continue with that.
Why, if we want to look at, and I'm pretty sure Encyclopedia Britannica won't make that mistake. They'll probably.
It is acknowledged that the Nubians are a different ethnic group than the Kushite.
Yeah.
Why not find out? Why not have a look and see what they say? Even if we don't agree with Encyclopedia Britannica, why not just have a look? Or if people propose another authority or another encyclopedia, that's fine. But why not have a look and see what they say?
I don't mind that, but what we're currently doing is seeing what the
He knows that if we look on Encyclopedia Britannica, he's going to say that, Kushites are what we label Nubian. So it's like, I don't mind that, but, but it's all good at this point.
but you know what? I almost think, Shaka, that if it wasn't someone that he considered an equal, at the very least, an equal, none of this shit would even be a problem. To me, that's what I think this is about, because, you can always dialogue with someone that you consider less than equal, because you're the teacher. They're never they're rarely challenging you. I mean, sometimes a student can challenge you. That I'll get it twisted, but generally speaking, that's safe ground. The challenge is when you're speaking to an equal or someone that possibly might be a little bit more. I think that's where the challenge is, because this is just, some of this dialogue is just dumb, yo. It's just dumb. I don't know. I have to shut up, because I know people take shit personal, but it's like, I don't mean it personally. And I hope nobody takes it that way. And I hope people hear me for the person I am. I'm just a 50-something, 3-year-old man, father, person who's a lover of history, has been that way since I was a teenager. That's decades, 3 decades apart now, over. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't get it, man. I don't get where I see some arrogance here, man. That's like, I almost forgot this episode, Shaka. This is months ago. I forgot almost all about it, bro. But anyway, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. But the next day he came up with the video. Hyksos are fake. They made that up. And sometimes, people just want to be right. You know what I'm saying? They just want to be right. But there's a difference between a personal hypothesis, or personal theory or stance, and the actual facts. You know what I'm saying?
Say it. And in the middle of that, they telling you right here. But in the middle of that, we want to go see what the Encyclopedia Britannica says. But this is a first-hand account, and this is why we do philology, and look at that so we can form our own opinions of the view of the person who penned the text to see what he thought. And so his name means Nubia. And we all know that, Nessie.
So for those who are not sure, thinking that I came to conclusion, he just said his name is Nubia. He thinks that it's Nehesi, but it's actually Neshi. It's not the same. No.
And he's writing when we sail to Kush. He know what Nehesi is. And in this text, he mentioned the Magi various times. So we can't.
But the Magi's are mentioned indeed, but, we cannot, do some Bob the Builder, Lego construction that fits our narrative. But, it's not a big deal at this point,
And often we will look over what
arrows up.
Britannica says.
Arrows up, y'all. Arrows up, man. Yeehaw!
Yeah. Everybody.
Kamasabi white man. Hell's up. Nah, all right, let me stop, man. It's morning time here.
Universities that speak on the matter. So it won't, this says, and then I'm gonna take you to some universities that speak on the matter. So it won't, they won't contradict each other. What we'll get is a more highly detailed point of view from the university material than we're gonna get from the encyclopedia. So they'll go on and expound on the differences between Kush and Nubia. That's all I'm
Well, I'm
saying.
fine with the university, but I was just asking about the Kush. What is actually Kush? Because we differ in opinion, which is fine because we never agree on everything. So I just wanted to have some opinions from the experts. So if you want to pull up some article from a university, I'm fine with that. As long as it's a university, that's reliable as far as I'm concerned. So you're free, my brother.
Oh yeah, I'm just looking at this text right here. And even these scholars aren't making the mistake you're making. If anyone can look at the screen, but I'm just trying to look at the word that they pinpointed for that they say is Nubia here. Because they're going back and forth talking about the different places. And if we jumble them up and just say they're all one place, that is an error on our behalf. And so it says Ka Mes naked over here, and we see Ka Most the Mighty. They say who conquered the South, and in quotes they put Nubia here. So I'm saying when they say conquer the South, I wanted to see if he said Nehesi or if they just said Resi. So they said Resi here, okay? So that's just the South, so that wouldn't give us no indication of the things we're looking for. But just for what, for the record of what I'm showing you, of what I read, do you see what they were saying, Ma?
Can you hear me?
Oh, I can hear you now. Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah.
I only heard you when you said, "Can you hear me?"
Yeah, no, I didn't.
Pardon me. Your phone's going in and out right now. You might be driving.
But just to clarify even further, Smash.
Mm-hmm.
What he's saying, you know that the in scholarship and thing they do use Kush and Nubia interchangeably, but when you get down into more specific nuances of real fact, it have a distinction between the two groups. You know,
That's
what I mean?
exactly what I was trying to say.
Yeah, that's
and
what's
so
going on.
if you're going to get the encyclopedia view, they might do that. But if you get into the highly detailed, like if you go into Nubiology, they'll never make that mistake. You see, there's a field that specializes on just the region we call Nubia, and they'll never make the mistake of saying they was Kushites. Because these are the things we're trying to substantiate the true differences in these African cultures and not just jumbling up everything below Egypt and saying it was just all the same. But I mean, the text is telling us this too. Because when they want to talk about Kush, they talk about Kush in this style. And when they want to talk about Nubia and the people from there, they talk about them. They say Magi, and they're not talking about the Kushites. So this is when
that's not far fetched. I don't know what.
I was away from the computer, but yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's the micro, then there's the macro, and there's also who's doing the talking, who's doing the assigning, who's doing the identifying in every conversation. And so, yeah, I agree a lot with what he's saying there. I think he might be missing your point, but there's another aspect to this. There's a lot of these details that are still missing about numerous different groups that are under Nubians, that are under Egyptians, that are under, you see what I mean, that have yet to be discovered. There's a lot of different distinctions that's going to come out. So we don't need to discuss this like we know it all. We don't. We don't. There's still so much to be discovered. So that's why we need to be measured,
But that's why we should rely on the text, and then yeah, that's the best thing to do, to read out on the text, the earliest text available, and then if other people are in contact with this population, then we can also look at outside text, outside of Kemet, outside of Nubia or
Yeah,
Kush, you know what I'm saying?
qualifying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because you see
exactly.
here, I don't know if people got it, but he talked about a place, and then he talked about people.
From there, they talk about them. They say Majah. They want to talk about Kush, they talk about Kush in this style. And when they want to talk about Nubia and the people from there, they talk about them. They say Majah.
Magi, but it's okay. At this point, it's still cool. But Donnie Williams, can you tell us what he says in chapter 10 in his book? I don't have the book, you know what I'm saying? I have the hoodie, I have the Magi Archer hoodie, but I don't have the book.
Magi, and they're not talking about the Kushites. So this is when
that's not far fetched. I don't know what's the pushback on this. I mean, we see this in all cultures. Like, even though they're phenotypically the same, they can have a little cultural differences that'll differentiate. In modern terms, just like you'll see, we're all African American, but you can use like something as simple as the Bloods and the Crips, and just use a color and differentiate that same, the same people. So that's all they did. That's all they did. They border each other. One of them the Kushite tribe, one of them the Nubian tribe. It's just that simple. It's not nothing to really just have a pushback on, because you even see those territories, just like what is that one of the first ones that they had cartoons, like when Egypt was first formed. What is the first state that they say Nubia was? It's a different name. So I wonder, could these names be coming in at different time periods as well?
Even they trying to tell you from the gate. Even the Encyclopedia Britannica is trying to tell you, but they don't know what. I mean, they ain't going in, but they saying what we saying. Let's look. Let's see. This is the source you wanted me to pull up. It says Kush, also spelled Kush.
Can you hear me?
You can't hear us, huh? You can't hear me, huh?
Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
See, you can't hear me, huh? Now, thanks, Bob. Feel free if you want to ask me something. I do have something I want to ask Shaka. As long as all my kids settle down, I would love to talk personally. Yeah, feel free. Like I said earlier, it's okay if you don't use your webcam. You know what I'm saying? You're a supporter. So continue with that thing here.
I just want to make sure you can hear me.
Oh yeah,
I'm out the matrix now. So sorry, just go ahead. I missed like 5 minutes of what you guys were saying, but go ahead. I'm listening, brother.
So I just pulled up the Encyclopedia Britannica. It says regions and kingdoms of ancient Nubia, Africa, and then when you look at I just was reading a different thing because this is just at the start. Here it goes, the definition. Kush, also spelled Kush, they say the southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia. So what does that say to you?
Make a mistake.
Yeah, you definitely made a mistake.
Now, earlier he said that I made a mistake. He said, what I'm saying? Those people, they would definitely not make that mistake. The specialists, the experts, stuff like that. So, he read, and we can see what he says, because he was saying that it's not the same.
Reading a different thing because this is just at the start. Here it goes, the definition. Kush, also spelled Kush, they say the southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia. So what does that say to you?
Make a mistake.
Yeah, you definitely made a mistake.
Now, earlier he said that I made a mistake. He said, what I'm saying? Those people, they would definitely not make that mistake. The specialists, the experts, stuff like that. So, he read, and we can see what he says, because he was saying that it's not the same. Kush and Nubia is not the same. And here, I can even go back. Kush, region and kingdoms in Nubia, Africa. And then he read.
Goes the definition. Kush, also spelled Kush, they say the southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia. So what does that say to you?
Make a mistake.
Yeah, you definitely made a mistake.
and ask him, so did I make a mistake? And it's up to him to just keep it real. Say, no, he didn't make a mistake, but he still says I make a mistake. And now
Exactly. He
remember,
got some Jedi mind trick shit, right in front of.
he says I make a mistake.
Yeah, you definitely made a mistake. So what does that say to you?
Mistake?
Yeah, you definitely made a mistake. So what does that say to you?
Mistake?
Yeah, you definitely made a mistake.
And ask him, so did I make a mistake? And it's up to him to just keep it real. Say, no, he didn't make a mistake, but he still says I make a mistake. And now
Exactly. He
remember,
got some Jedi mind trick shit, right in front of people's face. No, the Magi mind trick.
yeah, Magi mind trick. But then he's going to talk about Manuel Pim and talk about here one of his lectures and stuff like that, But hey, but then I'm like, hey, I'm like, he's not keeping it 100 right now,
It's weird, dude. It's right. Oh. It's right in plain sight too. That's the crazy thing. It's like, I don't know if this is like talked down to people, like if people that are used to being talked down to actually go for shit like this. But I don't know, bro. It's like it's just right up there for anybody to see. You accept bullshit or you don't accept bullshit, and it's just like I mean, I don't understand it, dog. I didn't know. Actually, Shaka, I forgot all about this whole episode. And I'm remembering it now. When I was watching it, I was like, what's going on here? Like, I didn't understand it. Like, I could feel and see that something wasn't right, but I could just not imagine that this is animosity from Smash. I couldn't imagine it that way. But now I see it clearly. Looking at it a second time, I see it, dude. This guy have animosity towards you for some reason, and it's sticking out so much he cannot see his own errors.
Yeah,
he can't see them, and he's
say,
labeling them your errors. He's labeling them. He's labeling them your errors on top of it, which is like, damn, dog.
Yeah, it is what it is, man.
Had nothing to do with Nubia. They're not saying that Nubia never. You see what I'm saying? The Kush. So we switched. They ain't telling you. I saying and you never. But you told us not to give you. Just, when you come, let's be clear. Pushback is. Let's got.
You know what? Again, brother. You give people a long leash. You give people a long leash, dog. And again, it's biting. It always works. It always works to the detriment of the fool. You know what I'm saying? The detriment of they have a thing. It's like you do a race, you run a race, not always to win, because in a race, there's number 1, number 2, and 3. They're all winners if they finish the race. But if you only think there's a number 1 spot, you will do anything. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah. And earlier, when I thought he said Nahisi, I said, oh, I got to give him that. He has a point there. He has an argument there. You know what I'm saying? Until I realized he doesn't say Nahisi. And, people are seeing in real time, and let's stick to the text. You know what I'm saying? We cannot make stuff up.
Anyway. Oh, here it goes, the definition. Kush, also spelled Kush. They say the southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia. So what does that say to you?
Make a mistake?
Yeah, you definitely made a mistake.
Well, what's my mistake?
Because you said Kush is Nubia.
But that's what this encyclopedia says.
No, well, first of all, what they're trying to show you is what I told you we would get once we start looking at the more highly detailed information on the matter. I said, and we all discussed this, I said when we look at the inside, we just got through saying this. And then somebody said they don't even understand what the pushback is. Let's go over it again. Let's be clear, and let's be clear for the people who are not following it. When you come to the inside.
Now, I asked him, did I make a mistake? He said, yeah, definitely. I said, what was my mistake? And now he's just freestyling.
He didn't say exactly. It's like it's you made a mistake by what? By what? Because somebody else don't understand their own labeling pushback. That's your own labeling pushback. It's like, it is like really like this team thing. I'm on I'm on your team. This is a side. You're not on this side, and somebody got to be right and somebody got to be wrong. But actually, it's not like that in reality. It's that the information is supposed to rise, and everybody's doing their part to make the information rise. If you're in a race, that takes over the information rising. It becomes more important to focus on who's winning, who's losing, who's right and who's wrong. And it's like, yo, man, if you don't know, Nubia and Kush, Nubia and damn, I'm losing my mind now.
Kush.
And Kush, they have been interchanged. This is nothing new in conversation about it. Yeah, you have to look into specifics, but it could change from one context to the next. And there's no point in like trying to deny it or cover it up. But at the same time, the only way you're going to get through the detail of it is to just read the text as it is. It's just simple, man. Sometimes it's going to confuse people, I guess.
Hold on. Danny Williams, I, I don't know if you're joking, but because you wrote, honestly, Bama, you sound goddamn fool. Don't speak to me like that ever again. I guess he meant to write, it makes me think you fake. But Texas Bama didn't say anything sideways towards you. Now, here, I think she talks about her kids. I have so many. When one leaves my room, the next one comes in, and so on and so on. It never fails. So I think it's a misunderstanding here. But to me, I understand that she's talking about her kids. 'Cause she's like, like here, you see, the next time free Q&A, I do have something. Oh, I didn't even miss that. She said the next, free talk Q&A. So she has something that she wants to ask me. As long as all her kids are settled down, she would love to talk personally. So I think there's a misunderstanding, Danny Williams. So let's continue here.
Yeah. They about to give you just a general overview. They won't even, you told us to come here. They don't even give us much. Oh, let's read much more than the sentence now. Oh, but now this ain't even Kush. So we switched to Nubia. Okay. And so, but you see what I'm saying? They ain't telling you that Kush had his own kingdoms that had nothing to do with Nubia. They're not saying that Nubia never really had like a quote unquote king of Nubia or none of this. They're not just saying it was a desertous region that mean gold. These are the type of things that we get when we start.
What they talking about?
And because you're researching it right now, so I don't understand.
But Smash, I think there's a misunderstanding between us. Gold, noob, the root or etymology of the term Nubia. Yeah, the gold is the meaning. But I was talking about when I say Kush, isn't it Nubia? I was talking about the geographic location. That's what I meant.
But it really ain't though. None of the things that we call Kush is in the area we call Nubia. Let's look at the map.
And here on the screen, it has Kush, also spelled Kush with a C. First it's spelled with a K for those who are not in front of the screen. The southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia.
Yes.
So I said geographic location, a geographic
etymology of gold, noob, the root or etymology of the term Nubia. Yeah, the gold is the meaning. But I was talking about when I say Kush, isn't it Nubia? I was talking about the geographic location. That's what I meant.
But it really ain't though. None of the things that we call Kush is in the area we call Nubia. Let's look at the map.
And here on the screen, it has Kush.
Ain't though. None of the things that we,
that's what I meant.
But it really ain't though. None of the things that we call Kush is in the area we call Nubia. Let's look at the map.
And here on the screen, it has Kush, also spelled Kush with a C. First it's spelled with a K for those who are not in front of the screen. And
that we call Kush is in the area we call Nubia. Let's look at the map.
And here on the screen, it has Kush, also spelled Kush with a C. First it's spelled with a K for those who are not in front of the screen. The southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia.
Yes.
I said geographic location. A geographic location is a region. He's just denying the facts from the encyclopedia. You know what I'm saying?
And what? It's crazy, dude. It's like what? He's not even listening to what you're saying. He's got a point to make. And that's like, what
Exactly.
the
He
fuck
has
is
a
this
point to make.
about? Like, what? He's not even dialoguing with you anymore, man.
Yeah, he
I'm
wants to
like,
prove his point. And the funny things are earlier when he put Kush, when you put an entry in Britannica and even other encyclopedias, you have quote unquote the subtitle. Right from the beginning, he says, region in Nubia, whatever, but then he's going and say, oh, here we have the definition. Even before we have what he calls the definition, is still what's written at the top. But Donnie Williams said, if that's the case, I apologize, Bama. Yeah, it was obviously a misunderstanding. It was a misunderstanding, so I'm glad that, it doesn't get out of hand, you know what I'm saying? And in writing, a lot of time, there's misunderstanding, sometimes verbally, but in writing, it's easy. Even when, but anyway, let's continue.
We just got the known map up. All right.
Because in the Mother Nature we don't have the term Nubia. You see, so
it's Ta-Nehisi. It's Ta-Nehisi.
Yeah, but it's still not Nubia. So Nubia is a modern term that we use.
Yeah, but we know. We just use the
yo,
modern term.
listen to this, Shaka. Just stop. He's not letting you make a sentence complete. He doesn't even know what you're about to say. It's crazy.
It is what it is, man. But still, I wasn't tripping of it, and I think soon you're gonna hear me say, I'm not trying to. I wasn't trying to challenge you, because I could sense the tension. That's it. Oh,
Ta-Nehisi, if you want to say that, what does that change? It's Ta-Nehisi. The map. We just got the known map up. All right.
Because in the Mother Nature we don't have the term Nubia. You see, so
it's Ta-Nehisi. It's Ta-Nehisi.
Yeah, but it's still not Nubia. So Nubia is a modern term that we use.
Yeah, but we know. We just using the modern term. So let's just say Ta-Nehisi, if you want to say that. What does that change?
Well, I mean, I think once again there was a misunderstanding between us. What I was trying to say is that Kush, I think Kush is the area that we call Nubia today. Maybe not all of it, but parts of it.
Well, let's say Merowe, where the capital was.
Maybe we can digress on that, because I'm driving, so I will not be able to pull all the sources.
Well, that's cool, but we should. I mean, it's a good conversation.
But if I make a mistake, I have no problem admitting it. I've made mistakes in the past, and it's all good. But I was really dealing with a geographic location. That's all. Because I know some people, if they hear, okay, we're talking about Nubia, some people feel like, oh, we're making a separation between like populations.
No, they were really different tribes. They were really different tribes.
Yeah, so I'm not focusing on the people. I was just focusing on the actual area. That's what I was focusing on. But it looks like, go ahead, brother.
I wanted to say that also, as well as different tribes, it have within the chronology, the geographic location of the kingdom move as well, because prior, like originally it was Napata, and then after a while when Samtic attacked, they ended up move it down to Meru.
So let's go over all three of those. We got Napata.
Yeah, I agree with what the brother just said, because Egypt took, sorry to cut you off, Smash. Egypt took more.
So we got Napata, we got Merowe, and we got Kerma. And actually, of the three, it was Kerma, if I'm not correct, that what goes back to like 8,000 BC archaeologically in the work of Manu Ampin and others. We could see that research. And so the Kerma culture, that and Nubian culture would have had to have interlapped. But let's just look at the geography of what we're talking about. Because just saying this is Nubia is crazy. We're going way down here now.
Well, Smash, I have a proposition. Feel free to send an email to Manu Mpim and ask him, Manu Mpim, Do you consider that Kush was Nubia? And let's see what he says.
He got whole videos telling us not to make that mistake. Let's ask him right now on YouTube.
Man, y'all out of control.
Look, he want to ask Manu Anthony. Let's ask him on the YouTube. And y'all see the screen, Manu?
Let me give you a suggestion. You see, when you're pulling up the geographical things and whatnot, best thing you could use is Google Earth or one of them things, you know, because just get the whole topography. You get the a physical 3D kind of landscape, everything one time, you know.
First of all, I think the name of the video says a lot, right? But if we want to listen to Manu Anthony, Ancient Kush and Nubia under threat, but if they the same thing, then let's see if that's how he tells us. Manu, if you know Manu Anthony teachings, bro, Manu Anthony from Oakland, bro, you messing up. Manu Anthony will tell you never, ever, ever mistake Nubians for Kushites.
Who teaches history?
Yeah, but mind you, here you're talking about people. I'm talking about locations, geographic locations.
Yeah, it's the same thing. He was the one doing. Yeah, let's go to his website. He was the one doing the.
It's not the same thing, and you know this is the thing about it. You know, I don't understand anybody, people, and location. He does this generalizing. He does it, but he picks and chooses when it's okay to do it and when it's not, right? It's kind of like gotta fit his narrative for it to work, you know, or he doesn't understand it all of a sudden, the generalization. But and then he points out this guy's from Oakland, like that make a goddamn difference. It doesn't make no fucking difference.
Maybe it's like, you know, maybe he's trying to.
Is this guy from Egypt?
Knows him, you know, like
is this guy from Nubia? Is he from Nubia? Is he from Kush? Is he? No, he's from Oakland. So you know, and you never make that mistake with an Oakland dude. You know, it's like what the fuck, dude? Like I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
You know, first he had a point to prove, and because he made a slight, you know, a little mistake, then he has to find a mistake on my part. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna find out. You know, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen.
Yo, but this is going on for like a half an hour now. Still digging to find that point. You know, it's like I'm just like even more than a half an hour. It's like it's a damn hour. It's like, what man? Anyway, yo, you gonna go on with this? Cause
yeah, if you gotta go to sleep, I understand it's early. I just want to, you know,
get I'm gonna listen. I'm just gonna listen, man. You do your thing.
Because we're reaching the end of our discourse anyway, you know.
Excavations. And was telling us about the difference of the people and everything we're talking about. See what it started. We got to keep in mind that we started by talking about these letters that were intercepted, right?
True.
You remember? And that was intercepted. True. I said no, they wasn't intercepted by no Nubians. They was going to hook up. They was going to hook up with Kushites.
Now, he said no, they were not intercepted by Nubians. Is that what he said? I remember he said that he was intercepted by Magi, but if you want to say that Magi, he said either Magi or Nubians, but if you want to argue that the Magi are not Nubians, but anyway, it's not a big deal.
True.
You remember? And that was intercepted. True. I said no, they wasn't intercepted by no Nubians. They was going to hook up. They was going to hook up with Kushites, not Nubians. Remember? Yes. And so now we got to show the difference between the tribes and the geography, not just to argue, but so that the people can have some content so that they can say, okay, well, if this letter was going south, it could have either went to the Nubians or the Kushites, and those are two different tribes. In mingling them up, people won't ever get to that conclusion.
I'm definitely
sounds to me.
Now, Smash, you know, Aswan, right?
Go ahead, you Bennett.
I'm just laughing at this, man. I don't know where to stop, dog. I don't know where to stop. There's so many ways you can go with this, man. I'm just like, what the, you know? It ain't us, Nick. We ain't all the same now. I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah. Once again, that was a day before he came up with his video. Hyksos are fake to make that up. And I responded to that video, you know. I did not cuss him out, did not call him names. You know, the title was very kind, a gift to Smash Rockwell. Hyksos are real. They didn't make that up. You know, nothing disrespectful, you know what I'm saying? But hey, you know, he felt challenged, you know, so came up the way he came out, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So is Aswan in Nubia?
Aswan is in what they call Egyptian Nubia.
But there you go.
But see, this is why they got two parts of Nubia. You want to know why?
We agreeing actually. You know.
Yeah.
Agreeing.
Aswan isn't, but I'm gonna put some stuff on the screen for us. Aswan is what UNESCO calls, and I'm not making these terms up. This is UNESCO or UNESCO, whatever terminology they call Aswan Egyptian Nubia, and then when we go below that or what have you, they start calling it Sudanese Nubia. And so since we see Nubia stretching over two countries, we already see that it was understood. And
you know what's funny is that
Here he goes again.
use the
Here he
term
goes
Egyptian
again.
Nubia, but you know, you have
Making
Egyptian
up.
Nubia, Sudanese Nubia, but the region is still Nubia. The region, you know what I'm saying, encompasses two different countries as we know today, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm like, I'm being cool with him. I say, we agreeing.
No, but you say we agree, and then it's like he don't think you agree. He's like, no, but let me go on, because when they saying this, it's like, and then he's still saying the same damn thing. It's like, yo, dude, what is this thing about? Where is this coming from? I don't get it. And you know what? Let's all be the first to say, in history, with Egypt, none of you motherfuckers know everything. None of you. None of you are that good. And why is that? Because you're not Superman. Because it's still being in the process of being discovered. Brother, take it easy. You know, it's crazy, man. I'm just like, I don't get it, man. I don't get it. You will never be 100% right about this, because there's more information coming through every day, brother. So much has been lost. That's why it's called history. That's part of the history of that region. You know, I just, it's just too much of this bullshit, man. Anyway, I got to stop, dude. I'm sorry.
It's okay, no problem. Yeah, it's going to be finished soon.
It's still being understood more like a region. Like I often say, the Mojave Desert, some of us in California, some of us in Arizona. But you know, we could say gold is heat in this analogy. If there's a lot of heat in the Mojave, there's a lot of gold in Nubia. And so, but the people,
I agree with you, Smash. It's a region, indeed. I agree with you. And there's part of Egypt, the southern part, and also this part of what we call Sudan today. So I think we are in agreement, actually.
Yeah, I don't think we disagree. We was just nailing out certain particulars for people. I just was more or less trying to make sure we wasn't saying that Nubians is Kushites, even though they are southern, you know, people from the south. The same way Egyptians and
here we go again.
Yeah,
here we go again. He just won't stop. He just, yo, brother, how about this? Nubians ain't Kushites, but sometimes they are. How about that? How about they overlap too? I mean, what is this, dude? He took out the. It's something he doesn't get about humans and how humans group together and how they interact with each other and how, you know, I mean, it's like the nuances matter, and there's numerous nuances, but then there's also the macro in communicating about these individuals and these groups. You know, I don't get why he complicating this. I don't get it, man.
Because he wants to defend his point. He wants to be right. If you know he made a slight mistake, he said that I made a mistake. And you know, when we look up at the encyclopedia, you know, it was more towards what I was saying. So I guess he feels like he has to find fault in my statements. But you know, it's like it wasn't even necessary. But you know, I think the ego played a big part. You know, I don't know if some people are gaslighting him in the chat or something, like, you know. I don't know if somebody say, hey, you ain't gonna let Frenchie do you like that. I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying?
Nubians attested against each other because of, you know, cultural differences. Nubians and Kushites did it too.
That blackology over there. They, you know,
it's getting too black. Now you're looking at Manu Anthem.
Black for some people.
He work at a school right now, right in the Bay. I can go pull up on him tomorrow and see what he said about Nubia. It's gonna be funny. Let's see if he in class.
See, Donnie Williams wrote, my range gonna be gone, but it's okay. I ride with the truth. They know that about me ever wrench. So okay, so Donnie Williams, if I understand correctly, he is a moderator on Smash Channel. Well, I hope they ain't gonna, that he is not gonna remove your wrench just because your wrench, sorry, because you in here. You know what I'm saying? Like, but we'll see. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that wouldn't surprise me, but let's hope it doesn't happen.
That's tomorrow, huh?
Smash, there's a new nuance. However, if we want to talk about, the whether or not the Kushites are Nubians, because Nubians is not a term that we will have in the Medu Neter, you see?
All right, so if the Kushites are Ta-Nehisi.
Okay, yeah,
Or
because,
Nehesi.
Kushites, I'm not sure what the equivalent would be in the Medu Neter, but we have Kash, which is what we call Kush. So we have that area attested in the text, you see? So
I did the research. I can go ahead. I don't want to cut you off. But this is what you ain't gonna find. I'm gonna just say real quick. And you could do research and go on a little trip to find this. But you can save your time. Find a Nubian tribe called Kushite. You see what I mean? Like they when they talking about Kush,
right here,
they say Kush. Well, we got
why didn't he just say, I want to debate this topic with Shaka and Dugu Kemet? Because see, now he's using, what you ain't gonna do is find. It's like, yo, dude, he doesn't see that those are like, if he has a whole concept about what something is, right? And he sees you as a person that has knowledge on this that could be challenging him. Why wouldn't you just call a debate on a topic, this topic?
But we were having the discussion. It wasn't really a debate like that, but we were kind of debating over the issue. But you notice how he was looking in that website,
No, he's using debate language, brother. He's using what you ain't gonna do is fine. That's now he's moving to another level here. That's what I'm saying. That's like,
I don't, but soon, like I told people, I remember the convo, and I know that I will tell him at one point. I wasn't like challenging you. You know what I'm saying? Because like first he was talking about the lecture. He pulled up the lecture, and I guess from the title he figured, I ain't gonna find what I'm looking for, and now he's going through the website. So I mean, at this point, and I was driving. I don't know if I was paying much attention to the actual screen of the phone at that time. I was probably more looking at the GPS. You know what I'm saying? Because I use a GPS, regardless if I know the way or not, because they're more accurate, when there's traffic. But anyway, yeah, man, I was like, I could sense some tension, you know what I'm saying? So eventually I would tell him, man, I wasn't like challenging you.
Got these tribes from Nubia. We got the Mijah, we got Yam, we got Wawat, we got all of these tribes. They call them by name because they put Nehesi behind it. So all you got to do is find them putting Kush behind it.
Yes, but my point, and I might be wrong, is that all those tribes that you name, they are from the area that we call Nubia.
They called it Ta-Nehisi. So what's the difference?
Yeah, they call him Ta-Nehisi, but you hear me out. I said that's the area that we call Nubia.
So what? I don't get it. We don't disagree on that. What's that mean?
No, we don't disagree. We don't disagree. But I only intervene. And I don't want people to be tired.
I just don't get what that means. No, what does that mean that that's the area we call Nubia?
Yeah, that's amazing.
He's contradicting himself, dude. He doesn't get that. He doesn't get it.
I don't understand. He wants to find a fault. He wants to find a fault. Earlier he said you're a mistake, blah blah blah. And at this point, man. But anyway,
it's about who is doing the labeling. Are you doing the labeling of yourself, or is this the language of someone else doing the labeling about you? And that's an important distinction. Neither one is incorrect because they both give context to what's being said. And now all of a sudden he don't understand this. It's like, I'm like, what is this? But one thing, I tell you what, Shaka, one thing you ain't gonna do is be speaking for these people. These people. Yo, dog. I'm sorry. One thing you ain't gonna do is be speaking for the Nubians or speaking for the Kushites or because guess what, brother? That's the one thing you can't do in reality. So we all have to be reasonable when we use these terms that we don't know. We are also labelers ourselves in this matter. We're labelers, and we got to keep that in mind. It's not just that the Egyptians labeled some Nubians. It's not that the Nubians labeled some Kemites. It's not that the Kushites did. It's not that they didn't label themselves. But now we're also in another era of labeling because guess what? There's groups of people that are directly related to them tribally that still exist in that region too. What about them, dude?
Yeah.
It's just like there's so much more into the micro that the brother can even go. You see what I mean? And it's like I just don't get why he's getting stuck up on this thing with you, dude. It's like you will never, if you're not there, not in that region, not one of those people, you will never label it as better as they could. Because they could tell you so many more things that you never heard in your life. I mean, I don't know, man. It's called anthropology. You got to go there to do it.
But yeah, that's why it's best to rely on the text. And but yeah, you have some people who descend from these individuals, and there's some correlation with languages. And Brother Netanel, who's studying linguistics at the university, he's been working with Dr. Nasisati.
And you know what, Shaka?
And
There's
yeah,
also local folklore, local histories that people have verbally that they carry down from generation to generation. It's like there's so much, man, in anthropology that that is learned that we can have respect for too. And it's just like I don't get it, man. We can't. There's no need to go to absolutes. It's better to be conservative with this,
but here it's like at this point, I think it's the ego that's taking over the conversation, and hey.
And I don't want people to be tired.
I just don't get what that means. No, what does that mean that that's the area we call Nubia?
Because you see, the only reason why I talked about, because you said, and you repeated it, like you said, these were, I think you said these were Kushites, not Nubians, or something like that, right?
Yes.
Yes. So because you said that, I interjected and saying that actually that's the same area, that's Nubia. But anyway, I think we.
Oh no, you saying that's Nubia, but no, Kush is down further. So let's just say we in the stance.
So it's doing the same thing because we read Encyclopedia Britannica. We looked at Kush. You know what I'm saying? And it says that Kush is a region, in Nubia, but it's all good.
I'm giving Kush the
Shaka,
heartland of Kush as we see
it ain't all good. It ain't all good. And this is not personal, but it's not all good in terms of saying that you want honest conversation about these things. Then it's not all good. You see what I mean? So if he wants honest conversation about these topics from people that are lovers of history, that are committed to learning, and you wake up every day to read about these histories, if you want that conversation, you got to drop the ego. And you also need to respect people when you communicate with them, because you could be kicking yourself in your own ass. And that's something every man got to learn for himself. And sometimes you only learn it from a boot.
From a what?
From a boot. A book, a boot, okay. From kicking yourself in your own ass, kicking yourself in your own ass. It's like
like some people may say, like, put your foot in your mouth. I think, but I'm not sure.
Exactly.
Yeah, but that's really a learning experience, and I guess it's always better to learn, mistakes from others, but sometimes we learn from our own mistakes, and then he can learn from this. You know what I'm saying? We're making a point, and it's but that's the ego. To me, that's the ego, and probably if I was if I was not from my geographic area, if I was not from this region of the world, probably this course would not have been the way it was. But I suspect that, me saying a thing or two about Butler Reggie, Butler Reggie is probably in people's ears, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it is what it is, man. I cannot guess, but I wouldn't be surprised at all.
On the screen would start below the second cataract, just for some detail in our conversation. You feel me? And the areas between the second cataract, I would propose from the second cataract to all the way well up into Egyptian Nubia is what is the region called Nubia. You know what I'm saying? Now, indeed, there was an area where there was no Kushites and no Egyptians, and only the people of Nubia in that area. But the people from down south, when they came up, they wasn't friendly with the Nubians either.
And here you see, this is a tour by Manu Empim. He was looking for something.
Yo, are you friendly with the people across the street from you all the time? Like,
but check this out, bro. Now, personally, is quoted by Professor Manu Empim. This 10-day tour to Sudan is an area considered the heartland of ancient Kush, which was one of the greatest civilizations of antiquity. The tour includes visiting museums, various archaeological sites, spending a day with local Nubian villagers. So if it's Nubian villagers, isn't it in the area that we call Nubia? You know what I'm saying? But anyway,
exactly. Yo, but he's I don't know. Let me just shut up. Let me just shut up, bro.
Nubian people, the Nubian might come from the Noba people. Noba.
Possibly. But we have to look that up, with the linguists and all that. But we're going to get a lot of clarity because we are familiar with the text. And it's just that there's just so much text to go through. And, we only have one lifetime. But that's good bill, that's good bill.
Yeah, I wasn't even earlier when you had corrected me on the thing about Benny Hassan. I wasn't necessarily, all I was trying to see was the actual word A'amu on the text next to Hyksos, so that we could say definitively that these is Canaanites. Because when I looked at it, all I could see was Hikakasut, and I never seen A'amu. That's what I was getting at earlier.
Yeah, I heard, I understood you then, and that's why I was, explaining to the people that Hyksos actually, according to Britannica, Encyclopedia Britannica, and according to the British Museum, those people are of Palestinian descent, and I'm pretty sure that many different scholars say the same thing as well. I mean, I have a few.
Yeah, I no disagreements there. What we started to research was whether it was other people called that or not, but we just got off track. You remember?
So Shaka, so what does it mean if they're from Palestinian descent? What does that mean?
Well, it means that we can identify the area where they came from. And I think it's quite significant because when we look at Palestine or Canaan, that will be the area where the Judaism or the text that gave us Judaism come from. And we come to find out that they spent so long in Egypt. They were there since at least 1900 BC. So that's quite interesting. But a lot of times when we're having our discussion, we kind of focus more on Greece and Rome than these actual people, and that leads us, for example, to the Hezekiah seal. I'm sure you've seen it, right, Pana speaking, James?
Yes, I've seen it.
So here we have.
And here, for the record, he's looking for something, you know what I'm saying? But here, ancient Sudan. The Sudan is the ancient land of the Kushite and Nubian civilizations. And I think he's going to bring that up, actually.
8th century BC, we have a king of Judea called Hezekiah, who happened to be mentioned in the Bible, and his royal seal has 2 unks and a winged sun disc.
Yeah, that's some damn.
All right, I'm just reading some Manu Empim work where he consistently over and over keep on separating Kushites and Nubians. Y'all see the screen? It says the Sudan is the ancient land of the Kushite and Nubian civilizations. And the Black African builders of these civilizations are unmistakable. When the original Arabs arrived in the area 7th century CE, they called it Bilal al-Sudan, Arab for the land of the blacks. The ancient Sudanese, Kushites, and Nubians had Africoid facial features, so they both had those features, meaning that he sees them as
he
two
differentiates
different groups. Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if he differentiates
No, he
them.
putting them in two. He's saying that they're both of African.
That's like saying Nubians and Egyptians. Now, we're not saying he differentiates, saying they're not Africans, but why would, if he thought they was the same, why would he be saying two of them?
One of them might wear leopard skins, and one of them might wear something else. Shock, it's not a big deal.
But I'll get the direct quote. I'm not making it up. Like, for his stance is that they are different, and if we could spend the time, we could find him saying it on YouTube. And so I'm not just saying that that's his stance. I'll try to get a quote from him on that if we can't find it right now.
Can you read the first sentence again, Smash? Because you said Kushite and Nubian civilization, right?
Yeah.
So in a sense, I think what he said there and us, I think we were all in agreement. I mean, I didn't know that just me interjecting would lead to all this talk, but I wasn't trying to challenge you or
no, we don't got nothing to talk about, bro.
Yo, it's them who's interpreting what you're saying in a complete and total different. It's like, how do they derive from what you said with what they say? I don't get that. And even from reading the text, again, the text, it just clearly, they keep going back to the same thing, clearly exposing the same issue. Nobody is, I don't get, I'm sorry, man. I'm just like, this is hard-headed. This is like, it's something else going on here outside of reading the text, bro.
There's something else, I don't know if it's ego competition. It probably clicks, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, man, I guess at one point, you get so much knowledge, and if you start sharing the knowledge, maybe people feel some type of way. And I have my platform at the end of the day. I mean, I got disrespected by people over there, and it's like he was brushed off like it's nothing, you know what I'm saying? When I have guests here, I don't have people disrespect them in the chat, you know what I'm saying? And if my guest bring that up, I will deal with that. I ain't gonna be like, oh, that ain't cool. But all these little things, over time, then you realize, you know what I'm saying? It's just like the Chris next dude, you know what I'm saying? He's capping for Garfield, you know what I'm saying? Then you have the 5% dude, and I say, hey, you were Dagger Squad. No, he wasn't Dagger Squad. And the guy says I was a founding member, and then he's still trying to talk, you know what I'm saying? So you have this stuff like that, but eventually you have a situation that makes it even clearer. You know what I'm saying?
It's almost like now they're trying to say that it's them who was saying what you were saying. It's like they flipped it all around, dog. Like,
I don't know. But for the record, people may not catch it, but that's when I said I wasn't trying to challenge you. Hold on.
And us, I think so. In a sense, I think what he said there and us, I think we were all in agreement. I mean, I didn't know that just me interjecting would lead to all this talk, but I wasn't trying to challenge you or
no, we don't got nothing to talk about, bro. We just chilling. Like I'm just up on the late night. It ain't really no topic for this research.
Yeah, to me, it's more like a nervous laugh, like we're just chilling. It didn't sound like we were just chilling. It sounded like he was looking for a fault. But the next day he came up with.
There was some contention there.
Oh, dude thought he recommended y'all to.
You have to hear it to believe it. So who's in the place to be? Donnie Williams is in the place to be. Dougie M. Nastar is in the place to be. He wrote a good article to read the journey of Jagannath from India to Egypt, the untold saga of the Kushites by Bibu Dev Misra. Donnie Williams wrote, they are literally neighboring names. Then he wrote, I got a soundbite, and I misunderstood, and I wrote, I would love to hear that soundbite. I will share the link. Oh, actually, let me share the link now. It's been a good minute. The link in the chat. So I asked Dougie M. Nastar, Natsar. Isn't that author talking about Kish rather than Kush? There's a place called Kish that's in Mesopotamia slash Sumer, the Levant, Donnie wrote, I don't have anything in thought. You made a soundbite of me. I didn't realize you playing back a video just taped in. Donnie Williams wrote, behold, tonight. Enter the crisis in the place to be. Orale Carnal. Here you have the source for the thumbnail that I've used. It's the University of Manchester's Egyptology course, a 3-year certificate that gives you 120 credits. So he was diminishing the validity and credibility of Encyclopedia Britannica if he wants to go ahead and diminish and invalidate the University of Manchester, which is ranked among the top 50 university in the world. Well, he can be my guest. Now, he did write, you think Kush is in Nubia? Dugim Natsar replied, I don't know, but he's saying that the kingdom of Kush or Ethiopia was an extension of the Vedic civilization of India. Well, hey, that's the author's claim. Storm is in the place to be. Pseudo Smash also wrote, these scholars ain't making the mistake you're making. He's addressing me. He's saying that I'm making a mistake. He also said, if you go in Nubiology, they'll never make that mistake. Pseudo Smash read Encyclopedia Britannica, which said Kush the southern portion of the ancient region known as Nubia. I asked Pseudo Smash, so did I make a mistake? Pseudo Smash replied, yeah, you definitely made a mistake. Then I asked him, what's my mistake? Pseudo Smash replied, because you said Kush is Nubia. Pseudo Smash added, but it really ain't though. None of the things we call Kush is in the area. Oh, I'll say that one. Pseudo Smash said, but it really ain't though. None of the things that we call Kush is in the area we call Nubia. Donnie Williams wrote, I never really understood what Smash was trying to do. He was just talking shit. Just trying to be right. That's all. Andrew Abruna is in the place to be. Then later on, Pseudo Smash said, you said that's Nubia, but no, Kush is down further. Kush is further away. Divinely Inspired is in the place to be. Storm wrote, breaking news. I'm at work and decided to do more research on lupus. According to the Lupus Foundation of America, sufferers can experience cognitive issues, memory problems, and inability to think clearly. She added, Filthy Frankie has an excuse for his shenanigans. No, he doesn't have an excuse. He knows what he's doing. Because even if you will have memory problems, inability to think clearly, that will not make you say, F your mother, F your daughter, like he has towards me and others. Finally Inspired wrote, he's been filthy for a long time. He doesn't have an excuse. Storm wrote, I know, LOL. Danny Williams was Storm appreciated, but that Gary isn't worth the research. Bennett is still in the place to be. Danny Williams wrote, he already told on himself. Storm wrote, I'm at work bored, LOL. Bennett wrote, Hicks wasn't real, man. I went to sleep for 2 seconds and look what happened, LOL. Smash is salty, bro. Yeah, he was very salty, man. I mean, dang. Brothers and sisters, if you happen to make a mistake, it's all good. You learn something new. Don't do like these pseudo suckers, like Pseudo Smash, Pseudo Butler Reggie, Pseudo Bobby Banger, and basically all those House of Conscious Mess people. Did I share the link? Yeah. So if somebody wants to get on the panel, feel free. Otherwise, we can hook up later on. It was a bit long indeed, but there was a little bit of commentary. But it's safe to say that Smash went on for a good hour trying to make his point, his pseudo point, and it's just sad, man. It's just sad. But when you hang with pseudos like Trockfield and Butler Reggie, there are big chances that you will end up being contaminated. V Bennett wrote Chief X. What's up with the the liar Chief X? Did he come clean about lying? Now, if you have any questions, feel free though, even if it's in the chat. I don't mind. I love the interaction. And now it's Sunday morning. After that, I'm gonna get me something to eat. The weather is good. I may go with baby girl. You can hear her in the background, I presume. She's a happy bunny. And the cold is about, probably by tomorrow, maybe a done deal. So what's up? What do we do? Should we put an end to this live stream? Talk to me. Should we hook up later on? I don't know if I go live tonight, but see, a lot of time I decide to go live, last minute, I think we'll be able to use my account on Tuesday. That will be 10 working days from June 20. Well, okay, there's no response. I guess we call it a day. So stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to by the nature, I will definitely. Oh, you better is in place to be. What's up, brother?
Yo.
Yeah. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, what's up, Shaka? Yeah, man. Yo, so what happened, man? Sorry, I missed all this, man. I just
Oh,
got
it's
up.
okay.
woke up, I had work, man.
It's stuff that I've played before. The only difference though is this. Hold on. Share screen, and I will have to minimize it. The only difference. See, I dealt with his whole claims. Probably more the Hyksos than anything else. But here, this screen capture is from my university course, my Egyptology university course from the University of Manchester. And he says that Nubia consisted of two main regions, Wawat or Lower Nubia, and blah, 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 and Kush. So if he wants to go against that, then, he can be my guest. And I've put the link.
And he got a problem with this.
Oh,
is that what he?
I'm not saying he immediately got a problem with this, but what he said, goes against it. And I've shared the link to that course. He showed it, several times. He's considering going to school, and he showed that several times. He showed other universities as well. He showed one in California. I forgot which one it was, and he was talking like maybe because he knows some people, he could enter the master's program directly, which I think is unlikely, but who knows? And so he was considering, counting the years to go to PhD. But then he showed that University of Manchester several times. So this is the course here. The link is in the chat. So he was kind of rejecting Encyclopedia Britannica. What's up, Danny Williams? What's up, brother Tory? But if he wants to do the same thing with the University of Manchester, where he is considering studying, then he can be my guest. He was pseudo, and all he has to do, if he had character and integrity, he would just admit that, he said something pseudo. But those guys, when they are facing a non-African American guy, then they feel superior. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they can't be wrong. They can't make a mistake.
Yeah, I know what you mean, man. Yeah, basically like Chief X. It's a lot of that egoism, man. I mean, if you're out there, man, there is pressure. There's pressure. I would guess. This is just me. I don't know. People are different, though, Shaka. People are very different at times. But for me, I would be thinking anybody that is has a channel that is bound to recite facts would be a little, would be, I don't know, cautious about the facts they spread.
Of course, you have to be cautious, and sometimes it takes double checking. You know what I'm saying? But as we
Right.
see, he was freestyling. That's why the other day when somebody says that, Smash gives good lessons or whatever, I was like, I wouldn't call it lessons. It may have been another word, I'm paraphrasing. But he goes over some material and he reads and he discovers as he reads and he makes conclusions. You know what I'm saying? And you cannot do the
Right.
same when you are arguing some historical facts or events. You know what I'm saying? I mean, definitely when you're not really relying on what the material says, he had a personal hypothesis, a personal opinion, and he was trying to use data to validate his stance. And he did a horrible
Right.
job at this attempt, But he's from the school of the Butler Reggie, and Butler Reggie is a damn pseudo BH beggar. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
those guys, they don't want to come to term that, what they are teaching is inaccurate, outdated, false, and full of bias. You know what I'm saying? Now, whenever
Yeah.
they quote those scholars, many times those scholars come from many different parts of the world. But because of this xenophobic mentality that they have, they always feel superior, you know? And it's sad. It's sad. So Smash really did a horrible display. And I was being really cool about it. I could tell he was salty. And I was driving, for the record. For those who wonder, I was actually driving. Can you imagine? The dude was sitting at home comfortably, going to all those texts. That's why I asked him to quote again what Manu Ampim said. I only had the audio. I didn't have the visual. I mean, sometimes I could look at the screen, but I was focused on the road. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy work, light work. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a shame because he's basically doing what the Riparianites used to do. They had a personal hypothesis, personal opinion, and they were trying to validate it using data. And both
Yeah.
Smash and I, we destroyed their claim. We made that very clear and obvious. But hey, what can I say? He's a sucker who decided to, butt kiss Sanetta and be cool with all those rapists and pedophiles. Um, and go along with Bobby Banger Unk, go along with the xenophobia that he himself has expressed live on air publicly on my channel. And now it's just, it's just a sucker. It's just a straight up sucker, He has
Yeah.
no
I feel you.
integrity. He has no morals. He's lying. He's trying to defend his lies instead of saying, okay, I was wrong, because if you make a mistake, fine, that's a mistake. But when you're trying to push your mistake and have the nerve to tell that the other person is wrong, that's straight up lying. So he's just a punk sucker, and he did this to himself. He was live on air. He was speaking publicly on his own platform, so he was home. And he said all these things.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like when you have to go out there and recite facts, daily as entertainment, essentially, right? And it's kind of like it's wise to. It's actually easier to not be an expert, man, and just be a listener or viewer because that's a lot of information, But the thing about it is that there is a problem when that region right there, just Nubia and Kush, people have been over this, forever. And I think it's hard when you have that issue come up where people essentially want to double down on small errors, small things. I mean, the regions, they're neighbors, you know, they're neighbors in history. And these two regions have been spoken about in word in history by many for long periods of time, and you know I will never understand his perspective but on that, but it's his to make. To me it just seems like a obvious kind of mistake, but I don't know, man.
He's a real sucker. I mean, Butler Reggie is somehow his teacher. And I've destroyed Butler Reggie. So I guess he was trying to cap for that Kruger, you know what I'm saying? Now I didn't know how much he was butt kissing but it's obvious that he is, he appeared on that platform several times. shortly before the trial, knowing that Sa wanted to interview Polite, knowing that Sa wanted to interview Nature Boy, knowing that Sa has defended Malachi York for 10 minutes straight. You know what I'm saying? So we've seen many people jump out of the window for Sanetta, like Shaka Amos lately. Next thing we know, he didn't get paid, and he was called the beach by Garfield, and Garfield
Looking
played the clip.
horrible.
Come again?
He's looking horrible, man. Shaka
Yeah,
almost got.
you know, and Garfield Reed played that clip that Chaka almost deleted his own live stream where he said that if he effed other mothers and daughters before. So much for jumping out of the window for Sa. You know, you jump out of the window for a dude and you don't even get paid, and he's complaining about not getting paid. For those who wonder what I'm talking about, here it is.
And Shaka, did you get your money, your $1,000 from that?
I didn't get nothing yet. I was supposed to get it before the debate. That's what happened with me and Jabari, why we didn't have a debate. I was told one thing and something else happened.
And it wasn't even the first time, you know. So, hey, there it is, man. They're gonna get theirs, man. Now, Donnie asked, was he live the other night? I don't know. I'm not subscribed. You know, when I know things he says, you know, may pop up in my feed, I may scroll, or people send me some message and say, you know, here it is, you know, timestamp, he said this and that, you know. Those gnomes exist. Well, okay. But yeah, that's what's up. It's just a horrible, ridiculous display. And then, you know, I replied, you know, to his video about the Hyksos, you know, and he was mad and he called and he, you know, displayed some xenophobia, which was horrible, man. I mean, this guy is mainly talking about Kemet, going through the Medu Nature. We know it's in Africa, so there's no xenophobia when he deals with Kemet. Those guys are just horrible and ridiculous, man. But it's their end. The HOK is about to end in 5 days. We'll have confirmation for Light's sentencing. You know, he will be sentenced. You know, and Queen's Throne.
It's like a sentence of all. It's like all the. It's like HOK is being sentenced almost, man.
Yeah, but that's the tip of the iceberg. We will find out other stuff too. What we know though is that this punk ass bitch ass Sanetta is still defending some molesters, and I have the proof. He said it himself. Where is it?
You know,
right? Hold on. Let me play this.
After this whole Polite case go on, and when this shit is over with, I want to see all you niggas. Listen to me good, y'all. Rob on, Garfield, all y'all know who I'm talking about. I want to see all you niggas, because I'm gonna be pulling up some reports of molestation in Harlem, in the Bronx, some fresh ones that just went on. I want to see y'all stand up and
some fresh ones that just went on.
Yeah,
and he's
man.
withholding the information from the people. Some girls could be molested. Some women could be raped. And he is withholding that information. He may have said that just to scare the people who are the molesters.
It's a threat.
Because, just because he has some issues with them and he wants them to get in line. He doesn't care about the children who could be raped.
Oh my God.
And with Polite, he knew. And he was still cool with Polite, making money with Polite, making events with Polite. And what do we know? Then Polite now is on trial for sexually abusing a child. Even if, like he claims, the mother of the girl back then refused to go ahead with the police, he could have stopped dealing with Polite. Not only because he was caught in the backseat of a car on the side of the road, according to Enki and Sanetta. And Sanetta made it clear that's the reason why his wife left him. Because I've already played when say, you want me to tell why she really left you? Huh? And then he talked about, you know, on the side of the road, in the backseat of the car, you know? But not only because he ran off, or a young girl ran off to be with him when she was a minor, and he was like, oh, that's not your daughter. He made it clear that the girl was more than a daughter to him. Also because of the scamming, because he said himself was scammed. So Filthy Frankie is a straight up biatch, and he is dangerous. As much as Butler Reggie is kissing his ass like a dumbass, same for Smash Rockwell and Bobby Banger, Sanetta is dangerous to the community because he knows about those rapists and child molesters, but he still protects them till this day. But go ahead, Bennett.
I mean, it's just he's crazy, man. People, I will never understand how people won't see how crazy that is to just openly threaten people that way just because they don't agree with you about your friend. I mean, it's so obvious that he only cares about Polite. This is the thing. He care. This man loves Polite.
But check
Dude,
this
this
out.
is what you do when you love somebody, man. When like really you put your life out there on the line for them, your reputation, your job, your image. I mean, this is like love, dude.
Enki said that Polite is on Sanetta's will, man.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah, you're right, man.
So the
Dude.
kind of relationship
Oh my
that they
God.
have, man. I mean, damn, it's something special. How special we may
Oh
find
my
out,
God.
because Polite
Oh
can talk too. You know, when Polite can talk too. So it's just weird, and that's the same dude who said, "Oh well, if Polite is found guilty, then he deserves to be in prison." What? No shit. He deserves to be in prison, dumbass. Sanet is
But
the dumbest sucker.
yeah, but you can obviously see no matter what it does all those small like, those moments where he tries to sound neutral. I mean, you can see that this man is not at all neutral. This man is way he doesn't he literally is like, like his life is going to be hurt somehow if Polite goes to prison or if Polite is convicted of this. Like it's personal to him. This is like, I mean, I don't get it. I've never heard anybody go public like this. If he wants to release the names of people, release them, but that's not what he's doing. He's saying you didn't support my Polite, and therefore I am going to be releasing someone. It's an open threat to people who didn't support him in supporting Polite. It's it. Oh my man!
And we have
This is
Q Butter
bizarre.
who made a stream talking. Let me show to the people the title. Let me show the title. Let me share the screen. Now look at this. One day ago. Diffusé il y a un jour, broadcasted one day ago. That's Q Butter. Got the title. 4 hours. Taking back the conscious community from predators. And who's been defending the predator? Sanetta. Now, I haven't listened to that one. I just saw the title. You know what I'm saying? I don't have that much time, but dang. And he's not the only one. Chris Snakes also has been addressing Polite. He's been addressing Polite.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, you didn't know?
It's not over yet, though. It's not the 7th. The man hasn't, we don't know yet what he's pleading. That's
sure.
What's,
but he's on tape saying that he doesn't care about Polite's case. That Polite's case is none of his business. We've heard him on tape saying that. But here, the MVP
I'm surprised Polite's still alive, dude. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Really, like roaming the streets like that, talking like that.
He's in the suburbs. He's in the suburbs. You know what I'm saying? And he has, according to him, armed security. So here.
Oh, really? What is that? What does he mean? He talking about them dudes he took to buy polo shirts? I mean, what?
Polite said he's rolling with armed security. He's on tape saying that. In the video where he says that he did not take a plea, if you look for it towards the end, he says that. Just like he says, "Oh, I'm going to be
this guy
at that place," and he says if people want to do meet and greet, he literally said that on tape. Polite.
It's safe, yo. It's safe. Sadly, Shaka, man, it's safe to be in this area. where they live on TV doing this thing. It's safe to do what Polite did and walk around for 2 years blabbering your mouth, just hanging
Well,
out in LA, partying, going to New York, driving. It's safe for them to.
well,
It's crazy, dude.
I'm not sure if he went to New York, but he was able to chill like that for 2 years because something
You
was
hang
wrong.
out with Sarnetta, man.
Something was wrong.
Yo,
Something was wrong. People say that the court or the clerk made a mistake. It's very strange that once the DNA was confirmed to be his, that he was not sent to jail awaiting trial. You know, so whatever mistake came up, this is something that they will have to fix because it's amazing that they confirmed that the semen on the girl, found on the girl, was his, but the dude was still free. You know, I don't know what went wrong there, but dang. Because at first I was like, why is he free? And then some people started saying, they made a mistake. I'm like, all right, okay,
I think, you know what, man? I don't know, but sometimes people get caught up in being right. People with egos get caught up in being right. And I guess their lower self gets caught up in it, and they don't realize how much of a fool they make of themselves, man. Because you can't be right about this. It should have been clear a long time ago. You cannot, there is no point whatsoever capping for Polite over this. It should have been where it's like one dude said it should be obvious. How does sperm get out of your penis when your pants is on? Like, how does that happen? How does it spring out? If your pants are on, how does it spring out over to somebody else's blouse and face and shirt? And how does that happen?
I don't know about the face, but it
If your
was
pants
definitely
is
found
on.
on the girl's clothing. And the thing is that we know that there's a plea deal going on, and it will be confirmed. Sai is most likely capping for Polite because he spent a lot of time with Polite. He was in Miami with Polite. Amazingly, he denied being there. Like he kind of told people that he just crossed paths with it. Yeah,
It is very difficult to explain
that's why
how it gets out of your private parts, out of your pants, and over to somebody else.
And I agree, and that's why the lawyer has agreed to a plea deal. We heard that, and that will be confirmed. Now, Sa has been to Polite in many different locations, so they did things together. And I think the reason why Sa is capping for Polite so much is because Sa done some things that he's not proud of. And he talked about the Dominican Republic and Sa messing with underage girls. And he said,
yeah, he said it this time. He just flat out said it this time.
He said it.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Yeah,
let me look for it. Because hold on. Now let me share the link for those who haven't seen it. Share the link. I will have to look for the part. It may take me a minute or so. But here, chat. I have the link in the chat. Enki brings receipts to expose Sarnetta. Share it. So in the private chat, so I'll put it because there it is. Okay. Oh well, you know what? I'm gonna do it properly. So there's a full link. Cash
cocaine flowing.
Minister Enki's cash app.
He also got to keep that drug habit up. Sarnetta had a long-standing drug habit. He got to keep that cocaine flowing.
You stop cocaine.
Yo,
Shaka. You start straight up. God damn. Yes, brother.
No, and this is serious, man. This is serious. This is not like to be laughed at anymore. You see, somebody that knows Sarnetta better than most of us is clearly saying this man has a ongoing drug problem. He says he's operating high on camera.
I mean,
and people want to cap for him. People want to, yo, Shaka, I could see, I don't know what's wrong. I could understand it if you never seen drug addicts before. I could understand it if you're not haven't spent any time around drug addicts. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I think anybody that has doesn't need to have direct information about his habit to see that this man has a drug problem, you know, or looks like it. He looks like he has symptoms of what, like Inky said, people that snort cocaine heavily for long periods of time, like real addicts. You know, he looks like he has symptoms of it, like that throat. If he doesn't, that's fine. But that throat is happening to a lot of addicts. You see what I mean? Snorters, heavy snorters. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and if you have an addiction, you know, that's one of the things that just kind of go out the window. You know what I'm saying? And this man has it. Not to mention what Inka was saying, his erratic behavior. You know, eyeballs sticking out, like really feeling himself, like, you know, blood pumping on, you know, on air, like, you know, at times.
Divinely Inspired says I have. So he's been around people who have this kind of addiction, and he wrote that.
Yeah, I mean, it's New York. Yo, New York coke is cheap, bro. New York, if there's almost no place cheaper than New York. New York is a hub.
Because it's probably not puro. It's probably mixed with so many things. It's probably not puro cocaine.
Nah, man, that's good. I think they be getting some pure shit up there, man. Like
really?
Literally in New York. Yeah, man.
Pure or not, it's just messing with your brain. You know what I'm saying?
But it's also a sad reality, man. There's people that are ongoing, like Inky said, functioning addicts like that, like go for 10, 20 years with habits like this, man, because it is cheap there, because it's readily available there, you know. And but a lot of people think in the entertainment industry that it's just like, haha, it's just fun and games. Like, yeah, this is what we do. This is a sign of making it. You know, I got a coke habit is like a sign of making it for a lot of people. They don't take it seriously. But then when you look at them when they in their goddamn 60s and they're still a goddamn coke fiend, yo, like this is crazy. And see, again, we're not just talking about, you wouldn't take the average coke fiend off of the street at nighttime and make him your red, black, and green radio personality, you know, historian. You wouldn't do that. No, but it looks like in this case, that's what's happened.
But you see, whoever's supplying him can control him. You know, whoever is supplying him can control him easy.
And Ashaka, I'm gonna tell you, man, I'm sad to say this, but these people capping for him, they're just as responsible. They're just as bad because they got to know it. They got to know it, Shaka.
They are enablers,
you know,
but they will get their karma. I'm you know, we don't have to worry about this. They will look real bad on July 7th, Friday, July 7th. They will look real bad. They will come up with a gang of excuses. Some of them will.
And now you can't say that you just suspected it. You can't say you don't have any. Not it's like his man, Inky, is telling people flat out, is confirming it. You know, and we're gonna see what people think. You know,
but let me find the part about the Dominican Republic. Hold on. Damn it.
No, it's a fact. I mean, people in Harlem know that Sarnetta do cocaine. You could see in some of his
people in Harlem know that Sarnetta do cocaine. The Divinely Inspired wrote, "I'm from the Bronx. He's in Harlem. It's easy to get that rocket fuel. That ish made him bipolar."
Hey, yo.
Videos and he be tweaking, his jaw be a little numb, shit like that, you know. Yeah.
All right. Just for
we saw when Tasha K pulled his arrest record up. All of those arrest record was from when
Sarnetta and Brother Polite. Regardless of what he says.
Yeah. Have years ago. I've been in it's gonna be me. That's a whole nother they in the street. So it's gonna be this you guys he said girls saying like the older women, they vaginas
come home too. She know where he comes home to come home to.
So he said
insecure.
You don't have to say any name if you don't want to. But that's the part about the Dominican Republic.
Sir, I told you, man. I got the videos, bro. What's wrong with you, man? Sinetta, I got the videos, man. What's wrong with you, brother?
You know, Enki, I would like to ask you. You don't have to say any name if you don't want to. But that clip, I've been playing it a lot. There's a 10-minute one where you have a caller who says, yeah, you know what I'm saying? He was with Nikki. You know, he was 33. She was 15.
Yeah.
And then there's that other video you made that I played earlier, which is 5 minutes long. And you said that, you know, you asked people and yeah, they corroborated the story. They say, yeah, you know. And at one point you said some people, you know, because they feel like, you know, they can put ninjas into position, they be going to the Dominican Republic and they be doing stuff that they will get killed for in the US. Do you mind giving us some hints what kind of things those guys may have been doing, no matter who they may be?
They be out there with underage girls.
Dang.
Yeah. I mean, Sinetta makes no secret about him being Dominican.
That's clear enough. That's clear enough.
And they're gonna still cap for him. You know, I mean, how can someone say this? Somebody is saying this. See, this is what's crazy, man. You know, you may as well say, he harmed somebody's child last night, and these guys would still cap for him, dude.
They'll still cap for him. There's some
That's
suckers.
the problem.
There's some suckers.
That's
but
the
check this
problem.
out. Check
They
this
are
out.
wrong as hell.
Check this out. Before I get rid of this vid, let me play the tight-fitted glove stuff so people can see him. You know how he's talking about it, how he's mimicking. You know the entry. Bomb way. That's a Haitian stuff.
Tight-fitted glove.
Bomb way. That's a Haitian stuff. That's, you know, it's like dang in Haitian Creole.
Vagina. That tight-fitted glove vagina. When it go into that womb, you know, we love that. I love Amanette, and I love his wife, both of them. I love both of them. She is not in.
Now, mind you, he's saying both of them like as if Polite only got 2 wives, but we know at the time Polite had.
Anyway, Enter the Crisis wrote, I use myself as an example for my question. Being Enki knew all this and knew Polite was and is a charlatan, why did he paint a different picture when him and I were on 125th? Where is my apology from him? Well, feel free to ask Brother Enki. Go ahead, V-Better.
Yo, man. I mean, I myself, you know, I feel like this is the moment. If it's never been clear, if it's never been clear before, if for some reason you were a little in doubt or confused, I don't see how anyone could be in doubt anymore about what's going on with this guy. Like, you know, and it's to me, if you don't see what the problem is with this man, something is wrong with you. Something is wrong with you. Like, flat out, something is wrong with you. It is not normal to cap for a person who you have all of it. Man, oh my God, oh man. If you can't see this man has some problems and you can't see that this man has stepped over the line, yo. If you can't see that, I don't know if you ever would. There's nothing anybody could ever say to you. It's just that simple, you know? Yeah, that's all I can say, man. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. And I don't think you should have to, man. How many times does somebody have to say something so dastardly and it just is not moving anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, again, you got to put yourself in a situation. If this was your family member, if this was someone you know, would you be behaving the same, or is this just you're on. You are just captivated by some radio personality that you can't see it. There's a lot of people that can't see entertainers and superstars, can't see when they're junkies and rapists. There's a lot of people that can't see it because they've been worshiping this person for so long that the person can do no harm, really. I mean, in their minds, like the person literally has to pee on them before they see that this person ain't shit. And a lot of people wouldn't even see it after that. And I think you're dealing with people like that, dude. Sarnetta could piss on some of these people and they would still cap for him, dude. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. That's what you're saying. That is what you're saying, dude. That is what you're saying. These people will make an excuse, dude. And it's like, and what difference does it really have to be that close? Like, does it have to be like, I stopped capping for him the week before he started pissing on people? Does it have to be that bad? Why couldn't you do it months ago?
They're waiting for July 7 because he instructed people to wait for July 7. The semen on the girl's body is not enough, and they're very skilled by using the term DNA, the DNA on the girl. Now, check this out. We missed something. Storm asked, "Did you guys witness Filthy Frankie cursing the pot last night?" So
we got to sleep, Storm. Storm, how the hell? We got to sleep sometime. This train is moving too fast, lady. Come on, yo, show us, yo. What is going on, man?
I asked her for the timestamp, but she says that it's private now. It's a shame, man. I would have loved to see that. Now, Enter the Crisis wrote that, that was to provoke thought. He wasn't addressing you. And I told him, I know he was not addressing me. It's all good. Enki will most likely be my guest again. So the brother Enter the Crisis will be able to ask Enki again, directly, sorry. And Divinely Inspired said that they will, they will drink, Sanetta's golden shower liquid. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I wish I could have seen Filthy Frankie cursing the pot again, because he has done that so many times before.
Oh my God, I would have loved. I mean, unfortunately, dudes ain't got that many hours awake. It's like, dang, you got to be for this is top notch, like military time right here. If you want to be on the job, this is like real clockwork. Like time, or you have to coordinate with people. You got to have like a little team, that 24-hour watch team on them, because shit is happening that rapidly. Really? Can you hear me? Oh, okay. I saw your face change. It's like
no. I hear you, brother. I hear you. I just received an email, so I was just reading it, but yeah,
because I don't sleep much. And I missed stuff. It's coming too fast. Every day there's something new happening.
We have the time difference, we have the jet lag, so we're not on the same time. We have 6 hours. We are 6 hours apart from New York. So when it's 6 p.m. for them, it's midnight for us. When it's 8 p.m. for them, it's 2 a.m. for us.
But you know something? To Storm's question, I saw some kind of post yesterday that said Napa won't cap for him anymore, or something like that. It was some kind of but I've heard this bullshit so many times. I'm like, well, yeah, whatever. I mean, we know it. I just put Napa in there to the end, one of the end day, last day riders. Like, she going to be in there for the end, and that's just it. But so if he did curse her out, it doesn't mean nothing in my book, because he's done it before. I mean, what would it mean if he cursed her out? Could anybody know? Would it mean they wouldn't be best girlfriend and husband and wife the next day? Would it mean anything special? Because I can't tell, but it would be funny to watch. That's
yeah, it would be real fun to watch, man. Hold on. Some road I usually watch when the pie is on, because something always gets crazy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Why not? Why not? I get it. And I mean, I never used to watch Sarnetta, to be honest with you. And but I also found myself kind of like, maybe I should watch this. It's on, something crazy gonna happen. Because you gotta know it's coming to an end. So whatever the crazy things, the frequency of the crazy things is speeding up now. So every day there's bound to be something, a pipe busting, a leak happening, something every day. So in some kind of way, it has monetary value. Sadly enough, I mean, but it's also shameful. I mean, it's easy enough for me to sit back and wait for people to just share the information, because it's shameful. It's shameful. Watching this, I don't like seeing a grown man. Sonetta to me it's just to me, he seems like a 60-year-old man, um, strung out, um, cloaking his mess in the red, black, and green. Uh, and we got to watch this every day till it comes to an end. I mean, to me, it's nothing funny about it. Even though I laugh, I'm human. I have to laugh. I got to find some humor in it to get through how horrible it is. Because this is horrible. This is horrible to watch. This man is literally out there threatening to leak information about people's sex history, criminal sex history, or deviant sex history, if just because they don't agree with him about his man polite. I mean, and he has the community that seems to think that's okay. He still has people left that think that's okay.
That's crazy. That's crazy. But
Bro.
that's a horrible look because he's protecting people. Now, let me just show something. It's an email that I've received. Now, whoever sent me the email, I wanted to send it to myself, but I actually sent it to you. So that was my mistake. Now, and thank you to whoever sent me messages, emails and stuff like that, videos, timestamps. Now, look. Oh, snap. Thought I could make this larger. Now, this is what was sent to me. Now, you have this book. Now, the subject of the emails is what the University of Chicago and others say about Kush and Nubia compared to what Manu Ampim says. So here we have that book published by Brill. Just like this etymological dictionary of Greek is published by Brill. Unfortunately, it doesn't show too well. There it is. That's published by Brill. Brill is very renowned for academic work, publishing academic writing, but unfortunately. But anyway, that's volume 1 and volume 2. All right, that's published by Brill. See, it says at the bottom Brill. There it is. Now, let's continue. I'm gonna read the preface and all that. I'm gonna spend time, but here. Well, you know what? Let's do it just for the sake of it. So this is the preface of that book here, right? And here we have, in this book, the political and geographical term Kush will refer to the native kingdom emerging after the end of the Egyptian New Kingdom occupation in the Middle Nile region, map 1, and existing as a political unit until the AD 5th century. Oh. On it. Okay, let me just. Yeah, I didn't know. Okay, so I clicked on it. Now, geographically, the term is interchangeable with the term Nubia. Geographically, Kush is interchangeable with the term Nubia. All right. In a strict sense, Nubia designates geographically lower Nubia between the first and second cataracts and upper Nubia between the second and the fifth cataracts, while linguistically it is identical with the territory which was until recently the homeland of the 3 Nubian-speaking population groups the Kenuzi between Aswan and Essebua, the Mahas between Korosko and the Third Cataract, and the Denlagla between the Third Cataract and Ed Deba. Some scholars use, however, the term Nubia for the Middle Nile region as far south as the Khartoum area, with reference to the presence in this area of a Nubian-speaking Noba population. I wonder if this is Nuba, until the AD 16th century. In this book, the terms Lower and Upper Nubia will be used in the strict geographical sense described above, while Nubia will be used similarly as in the great majority of modern historical and archaeological studies as an alternative term for the Middle Nile region. Kush in Egyptian texts, Kaz, Kash, Kashi, Kash, Kai, Kesh, in 6th, 4th century BC, Egyptian language inscription from Nubia also, that would be Aikash. In Demotic text, Ikesh, Kesh, Coptic, no, I cannot read that. Those are Greek letters. Probably preserves the indigenous name of a territory in the upper Nubian Nile Valley. The extension of the term Kush over Lower as well as Upper Nubia in New Kingdom Egyptian documents apparently preserve the memory of a native state occupying the whole of this era in the Second Intermediate period. When this term was adopted by the native rulers of the state emerging after the end of the Egyptian domination, they may have been motivated in doing so by a living tradition. The name Kush also appears as a designation for Nubia in the Old Testament, though it still occurred in the form Kesh or Kes. And in 2nd and 1st century BC, Kushite documents written in the Maoritic language. The preserved documents only rarely refer to the kingdom as a geographical entity or as a self-definition of the ruler's terrestrial realm. The name of the first ruler of the 25th dynasty, Kashta, probably means the Kushite. Now here we have University of Chicago. Let me share that link.
So do Smash disagree? I mean, I guess
Smash
so.
is a sucker. Smash is a sucker. Now here, he's a real sucker. Let me check that this link works. I mean, who knows? When it is a French dude, you may want to go to discourse and challenge my information. Will you do the same with the university? Does he have the same energy? Now, I've shared the link in the chat. And that's the part there. And I can even show directly from the link, actually, so people can know. Now, this is the university hosted on the University of Chicago. See that? The University of Chicago Institute for the Study of Ancient Cultures, West Asia, and North Africa, right? And when we go there, Nubia was known as Kush for 2,000 years. For much of antiquity, the region south of the first cataract of the Nile was called Kush. The name is known from ancient Egyptian classical and biblical texts. Whether it reflects an indigenous term is not known. The Kushite developed powerful kingdoms. The first was centered at Karma, 2000 to 1650 BC. The later kingdom had capitals at Napata, 800 to 270 BC, and Meroe, 270 to 270 BC until 370 AD. So, the University of Chicago says Nubia was known as Kush for 2,000 years. But you heard clearly Smash Rockwell claiming that Kush and Nubia are not the same.
But see, he makes statements like this, but I wonder, like, what does he mean when he says that not the same? I mean, I didn't hear what he said, but not the same.
It doesn't make
Is
any
this
sense,
what he's
brother.
talking about?
You shouldn't even try to find out what he means. All we know is that he's just being pseudo, just like Butler Reggie. Butler Reggie said that Heru is Greek because we can find, stories of Heru in Greek. That's so damn ridiculous. You can find stories of Muhammad ibn Abdullah, the Prophet of Islam, in French. Who's going to say Prophet Muhammad is French? You know, and that's Butler Reggie. And let me play it, just in case people think that I'm making it up. What's the title of this stuff? I have so many. There it is.
Yeah. I mean, his pharaoh could have been a Greek, but I don't.
Well, I tell you what, Heru was Greek.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because one of the stories of Heru being conceived is during the Greek time period.
See, and that's Butler Reggie the punk. Now, let me go back to the email.
But you only conceive something once. I mean, what is he talking about? That he's used the word conceive. It can only be conceived once.
No,
Once
but
it's conceived, it's conceived.
His argument is not that the story was conceived in Greece. Is that one of the stories of Heru is found in Greek, and that's one of the worst, dumbest argument. You know, I mean, it's the Garfield Reed type of argument, ridiculous argument. You know, because I gave the example of French. We have stories of Muhammad ibn Abdullah in English as well. Who's going to claim Prophet Muhammad is English or British?
Right.
Those guys are just making stuff up as they go. And not only Reggie said that Horus is not the son of Osar is Osiris. He also said that Ma'at is a bird. That's how much of a sucker punk biatch Reggie Mabry is, polluting the mind of black folks worldwide. But here,
you think he did that on purpose? You think he's capping on purpose? Purposely capping?
I don't know if it's on purpose, but he's just pseudo. That's whether it's on purpose or not, he's pseudo. That's for sure. Now here you have a link to a YouTube video. I did not watch it, but actually here we have a timestamp. So let's go to that timestamp. 1810. Let's do this. Click on the link. Let's go to the timestamp. 1810.
Antiquity. So Kush came first, and then Nubia is located in northern Sudan and southern Egypt. Nubia came after that. It was part of the old Kushite Empire. We know Nubia.
It was part of the old Kushite Empire, you know, and we I have the text anyway written down, but I cannot display both. But on the email, the person took the time to write, you know. But anyway, let's listen.
It goes back more than 5,000 to use of animals in the same way you see in antiquity. So Kush came first, and then Nubia is located in northern Sudan and southern Egypt. Nubia came after that. It was part of the old Kushite Empire. We know Nubia goes back more than 5,000 years, probably closer to 5,400 years, with the kingdom of Tasseti, which is on the edge of Egypt and Sudan in that area. So Nubia emerged in that area, and that's where current day Nubian speakers are in northern Sudan, southern Egypt. And then it's the Nubian civilization that influenced the civilization in Kemet further down north. So you have Kush, which is much more expansive and larger than Nubia in northern Sudan, southern Egypt, and then Kemet pretty much close to the current borders of Egypt today. And that's the flow of the civilization going back to antiquity. And so this is the field that is Kushology. Very few people know much about Kushology. They've never even conceived of such a field of study. And so this is why I started doing work in the area of Kushology back in 1992.
Now, you've heard Smash talking about Manu Mpim to try to validate his what claims. But Manu Mpim has contradicted Smash, has refuted Smash. And here is the text. Now, it will not all fit. So I will try to do it in half. I try to do it that way. I'll try again. Let me delete that. Sorry if it takes time, brothers and sisters, but I will not be doing this every day. So deal with it while we deal with it. So it's done. So let me try. Should fit really, hopefully. Oh, never mind, never mind. Okay, I have this part. That second part, I'm going to delete it because it's not long enough. Closer, where is closer? Oh, never mind. You know, I'm taking too much time with this. Now, there's another link. You have it on the screen anyway. You can, do a screen print. You know what? I think that if I put the stuff on I think on StreamYard you have less space. What is he saying here? Not showing me any. It should tell me about the space. What we do it in two then? Since it's not working, I don't know what's up. Never mind. So that email, there's something else. Black is queen, the divine feminine in Kush. And this is Harvard Museum. Here's the link. Let's look at the link. And I'm discovering all this. I don't know about all this. See, Harvard Museum. This is hosted on Harvard University. Black is queen, the divine feminine in Kush. Solange Ashby. Oh, it looks like it's probably the wife of Muta Ashby. Is it Muta or Muata? It's an author who wrote several books about Kemet. Adjunct professor, Department of Classics and Ancient Studies, Barnard College. The prominence of a powerful goddess and queens in the Nubian kingdom of Kush, now northern Sudan. What? The Nubian kingdom of Kush highlights the unusually high status of women in this ancient African society and serves as a fitting focus for the study of female power in the ancient world. Using temple inscriptions found in Egypt and Nubia, the rich funerary goods found in royal burials and the temple and tomb imagery, Solange Ashby will discuss how ancient Africans of the Nile Valley understood female power and presence. Songs from Beyonce's recent production, Black is King, will be woven into this presentation on Kushite queens to emphasize the power and centrality of the African queen mother in her loyal family and kingdom. Presented with support from the Marcella Tillis, maybe you pronounce it Tias, Memorial Fund. Now, about the speaker, Solange Ashby holds a PhD in Egyptology with a specialization in ancient Egyptian language and Nubian religion from the University of Chicago. She has conducted research I guess he should say research or researches, because here it says research. She has conducted research in Egypt at the Temple of Philae and participated in an archaeological excavation in El Kuru, Sudan, Royal Kushite Cemetery. Her first book, Calling Out to Isis, The Enduring Nubian Presence at Philae, is published by Georgia's Press. Her current research explores the roles of women in traditional Nubian religious practices. Dr. Ashby is working on the first monograph dedicated to the history, religious symbolism, and political power of the Queens of Kush. Dr. Ashby teaches in the Department of Classics and Ancient Studies at Bernard College. So Smash is getting smashed by Manuel Pim, by Dr. Ashby, by the University of Chicago, by Harvard. Is it? Oh, let me click on it again. Yes, Harvard University. I mean, it's embarrassing at this point. Now, lastly, I think that was the end of the email. Yeah, that's the end of the email. So there you have it. So yeah, feel free, brother Bennett. Sorry, it was a
But
bit.
you know, I mean, it just occurred to me that because I think he mentioned this once before, this same thing, right? We went over this once before, I believe, right? But do you think it like I don't get, because this is obviously like to say what's the statement he said again? Can you repeat it?
Smash pseudo smash?
Yeah.
Well, he was claiming that Kush and Nubia are not the same.
Exactly. I don't I mean, you know, I don't know where he's going with this, but you know, they most definitely have been and can be the same. You know, it depends exactly on what he means. And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, what's the point in saying that? Because
There's nothing
they
to understand
overlap,
about it.
they interchange.
He
They
was talking
they overlap and interchange in time. This is
he was talking shit. You know what I'm saying? And you know,
oh,
if
okay.
you look,
But
yeah,
do you
if you
think
look
he's
at,
saying it on purpose? Or do you think he's saying it on purpose? Or is it
I don't
like I
know.
was saying with Reggie? Reggie, this bird thing, like, do you think it's an innocent
See,
like accident, or
you
is
know,
it purposeful accident? A
you know, you have some
purposeful
people.
statement. Yeah.
You have some people who like to go against the grain. You know,
Hmm.
like
So it's ego. Just dumbass
yeah,
ego.
just to sound good, to sound interesting. You know, Sahim
Okay.
fake. We're talking, you know, and we're talking about, you know, Mother Nature, and you know, I mentioned, you know, I said something about Mother Nature, and he said, "What if you? What if you? What if all of this is false? What if blah blah blah?" blah? And he came up with this Medambale. He was arguing that Mother Nature should be pronounced Medambale, something like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's a so-called linguist. So some people, they like to go against the grain, like to, you know, I have this. Well, it may be this, maybe that, argued and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what
It's good
Butler
for
Reggie.
views.
Well, yeah, they think they sound intelligent by doing that. That's why Butler Reggie came on and say, "Oh, well, guess what? Heru is Greek." You know what I'm saying? Butler Reggie even said, "My art is a bird, man." I made a video about this. Butler Reggie, and the first time I heard somebody claim my art is a bird is to Zaryak when I had the weighing with him. So I suspect Butler Reggie told him that. You know what I'm saying? And Butler Reggie made that claim after the weigh-in. He said that I lied to people. You know what I'm saying? So these guys are wrong, and they accuse you of lying, just like Chief X. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not in their mind. I don't know if they do it on purpose or not, but I would say
But
they're
that's
doing
what
it
I
on
mean,
purpose.
right?
They know what they're saying.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Okay.
But the thing is
Yeah,
that, you know,
I
you
get
have
you.
discourse with those people, and eventually you say something that shows that they are not correct, or you may just refute them, and they want to earn a point, and then they want to find you being wrong somehow, some way, you know. And some people can do it well, others people do it horribly. And Smash Rockwell, the pseudo punk, did that horribly. You know what I'm saying? And then what did he do when he came on my panel? He started talking about my character. You know what I'm saying? Always trying to find something. But he's the same punk sucker who was finished out of money by both Polite and Sanetta, but yet he's still kissing Sanetta's behind. I mean, that dude
Yeah,
as a man.
actually, wait, you covered that. Inky said something about that, right? He said it was Sonetta, Polite, and
the other guy, blah blah blah. And I said King Simon. He said yes.
King Simon,
So,
right?
so you
And
see,
King Simon.
Punk Monkey Smash Rockwell should be hollering at Sa, Polite, and King Simon. But being the bitch that he is, he's still kissing Sa and not saying anything about King Simon. But he wants to focus on Polite now that Polite is going on trial. And then he made that live stream talking about Polite scamming, but Garfield is scamming. Sanetta said it.
It
Christopher
don't
P.
make no
Harris said
sense,
it.
bro.
You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And Q Butter
Mhm.
said it. And many other people have said it. I think Zion Lex also touched on that. You know what I'm saying? So Smash is them straight biatch. You know what I'm saying? You cannot follow a guy like that. I mean, he will lead you to perdition. He will lead you to failure. Because his goal is to butt kiss, be cool with his homies. That's what his goal is. He got finished out of money himself. He got robbed himself, and he's still kissing their ass. and that's a dude who's like 49 or something, reaching 50, and he's supposed to have a little bit of wisdom and maturity, and he's a straight fucking sucker. But then who did he have smoke for? Me, by labeling me a sucker. Oh no, he was dead wrong. So with the information, he's wrong. He's a sucker. He makes stuff up. With his character and behavior, he's a straight biatch sucker. He gets money stolen from him, and he see cops for the bastards. And we have some goddamn rape situation, sexual abuse, sexual battery situation, and he's still cool with these motherfuckers. I mean, dang, I'm gonna stop, man, because I guess there's not many people who I'm gonna stop, man.
Now I hear you, Shaka, man. It's like it's real. It's real, bro. It's real, man. It's sad because you don't. It's good that you put it in perspective for people because people forget. Time goes by, people forget. Like it's not just like one little inconsistency. It's like a whole heaping hopping. Yeah, yo.
All the way back to the Amen Squad when they were being xenophobic, accepting teachings that says that Africans are living in the jungle, like the Africans are
Yeah,
the civilized.
you didn't mention that
He was still
either.
capping for them, because
That's
for those who
crazy.
don't know, he used to run that Facebook group called Maja Archers or something like that, and I went to put a post about the squad agreeing with his anti-African and anti-black teachings. He deleted the post, and I think he may have sent me a message saying, "Oh, I deleted your post because whatever," or I asked him, but we had the convo, and you know what? Hey, I missed you. I still have the convo. I may still have the convo. And the dude called me a sucker. Now hold on. No, I need to go to where was the messages? Messages are there. So if I put, I don't know if you went by Smash then. I went by my Jai. So let me try. Hold on. Ajay. Okay. Well, you know what? Hold on, let me try manually. If I can find a cover, it will be interesting.
Well, yeah, man. I mean,
I have the convo. I have the convo.
Oh, okay.
I have the convo. There it is. Now let me share the screen. Can I just make it like on the full screen?
Damn, this still up on Facebook?
Yeah.
What?
Do you know how to make this convo full screen? Does anybody know in the chat?
I think you gotta go to the like that.
Well,
Ain't that how you do it?
Because this is probably a way, but anyway.
Oh, I think you gotta click on Messenger and then say full screen, like open. It says it's a question.
Open in Messenger, but I don't have
Right.
Messenger though. Oh, let me try. Hold on. Open in
that's why.
Messenger. Oh, there it is. Yeah,
There
thank
it
you.
is. Yeah.
All right. So now we first communicated in 2014. I sent him a message. You see, Asar Himotep, self-proclaimed linguist who disqualifies Obenga, Clive Winters, Reketi Amen and Diop. And you know what it was there that I used? It was Smash Rockwell telling Asar Himotep, "Are you a linguist?" You know what I'm saying? Now, then I sent the link, Asar Himotep invalid claim of Hebrews in Kemet. So you see, that was 2014. I didn't wait till, what was it, last year? That finally, people got to realize that Asar Himotep was being pseudo. And I have Asar Himotep weak scholarship. Now here, in 2014, Smash Rockwell sends me that message. Hotep, I have been admiring your work for a while. Unfortunately, I missed your 2010 message. Good looking at for the message. Let's build. And oh, I'm sorry, I didn't know his phone number was there. You know, hopefully he changed it by then. You know,
Yeah, but you know,
So
it's
so
an accident.
hold on. So here I reply, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna edit the video this time. You know, dang. That was hopefully he changed it by then. You know. Now, yeah, I'll say, Hotep, I'm glad you replied. I also enjoy your work, and I deeply miss the music video for the beautiful songs of you. Dua Ra, why did you remove it? Blah blah blah. Here I sent him Ishmael Allah busted in an anonymous landed video. That was the Amin Ra squad then. 2014, you see?
Yeah.
And here I still send Ankh and Shaka Aku because you know. Now 2014, all right, minute 44:20, that's where Assar still maintains the claim that Allah is in the Egyptian text. And I tell him I made a whole video about it. I give the link. And I wrote, what do you think about posting this link in the Vanguard of Kemet's group? See, the group is called Vanguard of Kemet. He wrote, I'm going to check this out. And he wrote, Hotep, I definitely didn't see the 2-hour music video. Or maybe it was me. But anyway, I put the link. Now he wrote 2014 still. Damn, if I have it private, I will unlock it. If not, I will re-upload it. Here is the song, not the video though. So it gives me that link. And the reason why you don't make the video public if it's private or re-upload it if you removed it, he wrote, it was only because I intended to release the song and I took it down and misplaced it on another PC. Now here it is, still 2014. Now that's the 22nd of November. And I put, what's up with the censorship? And look at the screen capture, you see? And it's great that I can share all this. You see the group at the top, Magi Vanguards of Kemet. Now you can see my screen capture, and it was 3 minutes ago, edited. And I wrote, I posted this link yesterday and I just noticed that it disappeared. If somebody wants to censor me, then it's cool, but let it be known. This time I'm taking a screen capture for the record, and the video is called Amen Ra Squad Busted in Mischief Making. That's where they were busted with the anonymous landed video, because here you actually see the old design of YouTube with that account, brand new account, going at me, insulting me, my mother, my father, and who subscribed on the right, you have Onkakek. So how come a brand new account is created disrespecting me, my mother, my father, and the guy who happens to subscribe to this account is Onkakek? How did he know that account was just brand new and made a video about me? You see? So that's why I made a screen capture, right? Now let's continue. And he wrote the same day, November 22nd, 2014. About 10 minutes, even less than 10 minutes later. That ain't censorship, bro. Being affiliated with the Amin Ra Squad, I thought it inappropriate for your campaign. I mean, you have to listen to his wording. So I guess he finds it inappropriate that we disagree with Sanetta defending rapists and child molesters. So he calls it a campaign against who? One of us. That bitch ass Smash Rockwell been capping like a bitch for so many years. To taint your relationship with all of us. I watched your video and thought it was titled improperly because the Amen Ra Squad did not do anything to you, punk ass bitch. I think that is between you and bro Ish. That's Ishmael Allah, the guy who lied about saying that he's
had more on his passport.
Yeah, and let me play it for the record. It's not.
What's
It's
your
not too long.
nationality? It's more.
Man. That's for the record. It's 1 minute 30 seconds. Actually, it will probably a bit less than that.
Okay. So those lessons.
What is your nationality, brother Ish?
I'm a Moor, brother. I'm a Moor. You know, I'm also Muskogee Creek.
Do you have a passport?
Yes.
What is written in the nationality field in your passport?
Oh, I'm a U.S. citizen.
But what is written in the nationality field of your passport?
My census is a Moor. You're telling me it says more in your passport in the nationality field?
Yeah, I'm a Moor.
No, that's not what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, in your passport, there's a nationality field. What is written in that field?
I'm a Moor, brother.
Yes, Brother Ishmael, you know very well that's not the question I'm asking you. In your passport, because you said you have a passport, there's a nationality field. Now, what is written in the nationality field?
Moor.
You're telling me that more is written in the nationality field of your passport?
Absolutely, brother.
Can you show and prove that?
If I have to, absolutely, brother.
Now let's continue. So here I'll put the link. I don't think it's still up. That was a group that I had. Yeah, it's no longer there. Actually, I changed the name of the page, and I think that caused some stuff. And I wrote, I'm kingpin it 100% ma'at. No disrespect, no slander, no lies. And this is what he wrote. You a sucker, share that. Peace. That be chas. And I wrote, I just tried to call you. Why don't you pick up the phone and explain to me why I am a sucker? You never told your team member that he was a sucker when you said live on air that Africans are living a jungle life. Let's keep it ma'at. I'll record the conversation and you are free to do as well. Invite me to your group, then you censor me. I'm sorry, you invite me to your group, then you censor me. And when I speak ma'at, you call me a sucker. That's a side track record for one day alone.
So basically, I had issues way back then.
That's 2014, brother.
Yeah, that's
because
like almost that's 11 years ago, right? What is this?
Well, you add 6, and then 3. That is 7 years ago.
Seven, yeah. So okay, 2014. Okay, right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah. You know, and hold on, let me see. What is? Oh yeah, Akasha is in the place to be.
That's 9 years, man.
I can't even count anymore.
Yeah, that's 9
2014
years.
plus 6, that's 2020, and you add 3 years, that's 9 years. My bad, thank you. 9 years ago.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
about a decade ago, almost a decade
Right.
ago. Now, divinely inspired wrote, if they didn't admonish him, they stood with him. So yes, it was a whole damn squad. Yeah, 9 years
Yeah.
indeed. You know, thank you for the correction to both of you brothers. Now, then he wrote.
You wrong, Shaka. It's 9 years.
Yeah,
See?
you have bad character, Shaka.
I won. Exactly.
You won,
Can't you
brother.
just
You
admit
won.
it?
I admit it. You know I was wrong. I admit it. No ill will, fam. I just call it how I see it. Do not involve me in your vendetta with Ish. I don't even know what it concerns. Thanks. Then here I wrote, scared hypocrite. I'm not a child, I'm a grown man. You spoke without letting me say anything, then you hung up the phone. Next time, try to read what I write. I think we had a convo, like, Bobby Banger, Unc, and he was there also, you know what I'm saying? I did warn you about record. Yeah, I remember. See, I was on the phone with Unc, and earlier you see that I proposed to record a conversation. I said, you can do the same thing. So I was on the phone, there was Bobby Banger, he was there, and I said, yeah, I'm recording this conversation. He's like, oh, you're working a conversation, you're recording a conversation, man. I ain't doing all that, right? And then he bounced, So here, I did warn you about recording a conversation and no vendetta. I posted a link to the group you invited me to, and you censored me. Then you brought up the personal conflict excuse as a getaway. That link addresses public matters. So if you can't stand the heat, then stay out of the kitchen. I address public issues publicly, so the day you get some courage in your heart, then you can get at me on some grown man tip. You're hiding behind each situation. That's Ishmael Allah's situation on the low, but on air, you ain't opening your mouth. Then he wrote, dude, what issues do you have with me? Actually, I don't even what to know. Okay, you must have made a typo. Keep doing good work. Hope you have a chance to put your issues to rest. Have a good one. So it's my issues, But then fast forward, May 12, 2022, I wrote Hotep saying, in case you don't know, Wujawu said you knew what you did will cause confusion, that it is irresponsible, it's silly and insane, and I gave him the timestamp and the link to the video. You see? So after so many years, 8 years, I was like, okay, let bygones be bygones. But now he's up to being a beach house again. He censored me. And the funny thing, I forgot that he actually invited me to the group. He's a Magi Vanguard of Kemet group. And I post a link, and because that's his homie, that guy who agrees with teachings that according to science, black means death, that Africans are living a jungle life, that Africans are not civilized, you know, and that he has a passport that says more in the nationality field. He was capping for the dude. Talking
Yo,
about it's
this
not
is
the
going to be
squad,
good, Sean.
it's Ish. But Ishmael Allah was a member of the squad. So you can be coming with they always have excuses, man. They always have
I would like
excuses.
to, you know what? It would be interesting to compile this dispute on video, just the dispute between you and Smash over the years, yo, and
No, I
all
mean
this
I did
because
that
it
already.
kind of shows a pattern, yo.
It's a
It's
pattern.
interesting.
And that's the thing. You see, with Bobby Banger, he apologized for defending these anti-African teachings, you know, and I have the video up on my main channel, you know. So you know, you're thinking people change. You know what I'm
But
saying?
did he take it back? Did he take his apology back?
No, he didn't take his apology back, but then he's the one who said to Sekou, take your ass back to Africa.
Right, that's
And
what
then
I'm saying.
tried to justify it. But when Unc told him that it's wrong, you know,
Oh,
he
right.
had no so man, Unc, so man, Filthy Frankie Beach Sanetta told him that it's wrong, that he didn't have
He
any
had no
smoke
smoke.
for. Yeah, he had no
Yeah.
smoke. You see? So I'll tell him
Mm.
something, he takes issue. And let me play when Sanetta told him that he is wrong. Now, which video is that? I think it is, what's the name again? Oh yeah, it's so many Hebrew Israelites.
Listen, you
So
think I'm
listen,
new to
okay,
this
can I
show?
talk now? Can I talk now?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So Sekou didn't say anything pseudo at all, and the people have
Okay, he
stated that
did.
for years. You know, now Sanetta, if you don't mind, you said that other people teach that you can have sex with a 9-year-old girl. Like, do you mind telling which other Hebrews or like organization teach that? Because you see, I'm not from New York, you know, so to me it's news, and I'd like to know when I go to New York with my daughter where I should avoid going. So if you don't mind, Sanetta, which other Hebrews or like organization teach that thing that GMS teach?
Well, there's a lot of Hebrew Israelite groups out there that that teach that. I'm not calling out no names or nothing like that. All I'm gonna tell you is that a lot of them teach that, brother. A lot of Hebrew Israelites teach that.
I appreciate that.
And as for my brother Unc, you know, I love you, man, but I'm gonna still keep and tell the truth. To me, when we say things like go back to Africa and teach that, Unc, I'm simply saying, look at what we do. We over here in America and we talk about shit we don't know what's going on in Africa. So they can say the same goddamn thing about us. Yo, you can't tell us what's going on over here in Africa. Go back to goddamn America. How would we feel if we over there and we in Kemet and we trying to teach them about Kemet and they looking at us like, yo, what the fuck are you talking? What? Take that shit back over there, you know? But you know,
they ain't wrong.
We gotta stop that, man. We just gotta stop it, man.
They not wrong,
This is
son.
crazy.
They're not wrong. They're not wrong. If I say take it,
and he said this shit is crazy. That bitch ass Bobby Banger didn't take no issues. Those guys are just xenophobic. If you're not from America, they feel superior to you. And like you said, it's a pattern. It's documented. It's not from yesterday. 10 years ago, that stuff was on. You know? So lately, when
I don't know if it's I don't know if it, but not to say you're wrong, because I'm not saying there's no xenophobia there, because there obviously is. They use it, they cite it, they say it, essentially, you know. But I think that it's a deeper insecurity, man. I think they just like that. They're like a group that support each other. It's like a goddamn Alcohol Anonymous, you know.
They
It's
can
like, you know,
help each other. You know,
yeah,
right
you
or
know, it's
right or wrong. There's nothing wrong
they
with
just
defending
don't
your
like being
friends,
wrong.
your
Yeah,
affiliates. But when they are wrong, don't cop for them. You know what I'm saying? Don't
yeah.
cop for your boy if he's wrong. If you don't want to say anything, don't say anything. But they jump out of the window, defend them, and then try to say that you're wrong. So they can talk about whatever they want to talk about, but they're gonna tell you, no, you should not be talking
It's
about
like
that.
it's like being a member of a small group, man. It's a
But check this
special
out.
group, you know.
Check this. Yeah, it's a special group. It's very special. Check this out, V. Bennett. He said that bitch ass smash. Let me play it. It's best to play it. It's best to play it so we can hear it. It ain't gonna be long. Don't be long. Let me share the screen.
Oh, did you see what Jay just said? Okay.
Wolf claim Baby York guilty. You know what? I did not notice she wrote Baby York. I thought she talked about York. So Napashda claims that Polite is guilty, and she's still with her
Okay.
husband who wants to interview Polite. Can you clarify that, Jade, please?
And maybe that's what this issue was about. Somebody said Sonetta cursed her out. Is that what this is about?
Well, who knows? It may be because of that. Now, there it
Because
is.
she's saying his lover is guilty.
Now,
That's his male lover, yo. Yo,
you see that? Active copyright claims, I'm sorry, active copyright strikes, but that's due to the 2 claims, 2 out of 3. So that's why I made my stuff private. Because by Monday, probably by Tuesday, it will be away. It would disappear because I appealed. But anyway, look at this video here. And then I will check this JTV's comments. So actually, let's do this. I'm gonna open in this page. No. Oh, it's not that one. Dang. Let me unshare. Wrong vid. No. Wrong vid. Chin. Sharing now. I'm not sharing the link because it's private. You will not be able to see it. It's only me who can see it. Oh, here's Smash. Here's Smash. Okay, he's driving. What's up, Smash?
Too much. What's up?
Damn, I don't understand, man. I'm a clown. I'm an N-word. I put your name with pedophilia.
Here go the thing about that. You trying to be all up in American culture and don't even know when a nigga say French ass nigga how to act or the response. If I would have said bitch ass nigga, you supposed to get all hot. See, so what you want to do, you want to be fake half American and try to halfway get with what we doing, or you gonna all the way get with it? Because if somebody say to me, nigga, what's up? I ain't about to be acting all funny. So what you want to do? Should I treat you like a Frenchman or a half trying to be an American culture ass nigga?
So now you're trying to justify that xenophobic statement.
I'm asking a question.
You're salty, brother.
Do you want me to treat you like a Frenchman? I won't call you nigga again. But
When you
any
talk to-
American
when
come
you
on
talk-
your panel and I say, what's up, my nigga? They not gonna get funny. So what you want me to do?
When
Treat
you
you
talk
like
to
a
other,
Frenchie, huh?
you got to give me a chance to speak. When you talk to other people, you don't bring up. You know what's funny to me is when some people from America, sometimes they talk to me a certain way with a certain tone, as if they're trying to be on some bully tip, on some Debo, Suge Knight tip. And I'm like, if you guys, I mean, online is so good, man. I'm a Muay Thai champion, man. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
yo, Shaka,
They make me
it's
laugh
crazy,
when
man.
they do that. You know what I'm saying?
It's irrational. It's
Anyway,
irrational, Shaka.
let's
It's
continue.
crazy.
You know, this tone,
I think it's funny, man.
that
I think it's
xenophobia
funny.
turns to hate and they feel superior. So they're like, that's why one time I was like, hey, Simon Fake, the way he's talking, raising his tone, man, he has to understand, like, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, let's continue. Their geographic location. Why would you bring up the fact that I'm French?
If you said Oakland ass nigga, the part I ain't gonna trip off ain't the ass nigga is
You don't do that
majority.
with other people, though.
Can I respond? I'm giving you some credit. Ass nigga is pejorative, but we not having a discourse where you qualify anything dignified, meaning you're being indignant. And you act like you got good character, but you really got a video with my name up and shit, and you keep on doing like you do everybody. You talking about pedophilia and shit, all kind of stupid shit that don't.
You talk about pedophilia and shit, all kind of stupid shit. Didn't Sanetta talk about pedophilia? Didn't talk about molestation? Let's bring up Exhibit A. Let's bring up Exhibit A.
After this whole polite case go on, and when this shit is over with, I want to see all you niggas. Listen to me good, y'all. Rob on, Garfield, all y'all know who I'm talking about. I want to see all you niggas, because I'm gonna be pulling up some reports of molestation in Harlem, in the Bronx, some fresh ones that just went on. I want to see y'all stand up and.
Now, who else? He's been butt kissing Sa, but he's been butt kissing Unc longer than that. And what did Unc say?
How about the mighty fucking Hebrew? This nigga went to jail for rape, dog.
Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga,
And that
don't
nigga
fuck
back
this-
in the community, like everything good. Hebrew's quiet. What about Nazi Yashavel?
Hold on. Let me get this nigga.
Let's not forget the mighty Hebrew nigga, who you get constantly on your channel, who's on all the Hebrew's channel. Don't forget the mighty Hebrew, the bald head nigga, been already incarcerated in prison for molesting a young child. He came home and they violated him again because the nigga was trying to fuck with another child.
God, you associate me with niggas on the other coast.
All right. Tell me the title. Hold on. You're making a false accusation right now.
Got you saying it was more important to show people, nigga, that ain't how it work in America either.
Okay.
You want to get on your fake pseudo vigilante? Show me some shit you doing to stop any pedophile in France. Just one.
But mind you, these talking points is just repeating what Sa's been saying. He's a rapper, a battle rapper with no lyrics. Maybe he's used to biting. I heard somebody said he beat somebody left in the comment that he did bite somebody else's lyrics, but you know he probably came up with his own stuff. But anyway, I did that before. I played that. You can ask Pan-African James. Now I don't think I'll be able to put it up.
And this is why you don't get no support, because like man to man, niggas see who real right here.
Well, he just said you hella fake, and that's why you ain't getting no support. See, by myself, I stand as a man. I don't need to butt kiss like he's been doing for over a decade. And I'm getting support. And guess from who? The people who support me the most are African Americans, Black Americans. And it's been like that for many years. If there isn't that many, it's because that Amara Squad members, Ishmael Allah, along with the Amara Squad, made me lose 7,000 subscribers within like 2 weeks. And that was years ago. So people don't know necessarily which new account I have. But anyway, you know what it is? You know what it is though? You ask questions. When I answer, you don't want to hear the answer. I played to Pan-African James the video where I was in the museum and one of the Pan-African ladies stated he's a pedophile. I got into physical fights 10 years ago because of against pedophiles.
But let me say something.
But hold on, wait. If you don't mind, if you don't mind, now. Here you wrote, see this clown make disrespectful videos, putting my name in them, in the title, associated me with pedophilia. Which video is that?
This one and all the other ones. You got a video right.
This one and all the other one. And he clearly put in the title, associated me with pedophilia. But hold on, it's about to be finished. Hold on, let me just finish, please.
Right now, where I'm in talking in live with my name on it, and you just got through showing shit that don't got shit to do with me in order to associate.
Bro, you know you're lying.
You just
specifically.
Why was you playing Kabila Hebrew?
Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat brought that up and gave me the link. Now you wrote that I put title associating you with pedophilia. Can't you admit that you are wrong about that?
Ain't nothing wrong. Just like you wrong about the hike songs. This is what happened with you. I
We
learned.
can talk about the
First
hike
of
songs,
all,
but
you
first,
oversensitive.
just keep it real.
Hella oversensitive, and you mask your indignant character in some passive aggressive shit.
All right.
Don't fly
So
in America.
Saneda has good
Just don't
character,
say
brother.
fuck you,
He's
nigga.
defending the child molester Malakayo for 10 minutes straight. Does Saneda have good character?
Who? See, this is what you keep doing. See, you did it
I'm
again.
just asking, you're deflecting right now. You're running from the question.
This is why I'm pointing out to you your indignant flaws.
Brother, Saneda is on tape.
Allow me to.
You didn't see the video, did you?
Look, I can pick out any.
All right.
I can pick out any criminal in the world.
I'm gonna play it because he and it wasn't some stupid stuff. Like I can pick out any criminal in the world. Now then I put him off the panel just to play Saneda defending Malakayo for 10 minutes straight. So when Saneda talks about the bald head ninja went to prison for molesting a young child, got out and got arrested again or violated for trying to F another young child, then he's cool. He's gonna butt kiss like a sucker. But anyway, go ahead, brother Bennett.
Yeah, man. To me, it just seems like when you don't want to look at your own community's issues, and I don't mean you can't take responsibility for everybody, but the people you associate yourself with, the groupings that you comprise, that you put yourself in, and and make your own associates, your association, for what people know you for, that kind of thing. I mean, like it or not, Smash Rockwell doesn't understand that people associate him with House of Consciousness. People associate him with People associate him with Garfield. So whether he likes it or not, he has to understand that the criticisms, anybody, it's not even just him, anybody associated with them are being asked to speak up about what they know about pedophilia, rape, and these kind of things, because one of their main homies is going to trial for raping a girl. There's been several accusations. So it sounds like he's taking it personal and misunderstanding the point, but everybody could be voluntarily speaking up about these things, and when they don't, people come in and ask and say, hey, what do you think about this? And seems like his reaction is don't mix me up in it, but he doesn't realize he by default he is already mixed up. Everybody is.
It's been going on that panel, you know what I'm saying?
Oh,
it's been going on that panel. So, even after Saneda, and for those who don't know, I'm gonna put it up. Hold on. They know, but they act like they didn't see it. Share the screen.
But I ain't capping for his ass, man.
Oh, we I thought you stopped talking, but we didn't hear. We lost you for like 10 seconds.
Now I made my point. It was my son at the door, but seriously,
right.
I'm not making excuses for nobody.
I didn't know it was a bell. I thought maybe we were on train, but yeah, and then we didn't hear no more. But for the record, Saneda came as I was live streaming a while back. He was in the chat. He first wrote, "Why you be letting your daughter sit on your lap?" Then he wrote, "You be hold on." I'm sorry. So yeah, Filthy Frankie, Bicha Saneda wrote, "Why you be letting your daughter sit on your lap?" And that monkey twerking professional That Napashida is the first one who brought that. And I played it. Why is he putting his daughter on his lap if there's so many, predators and molesters, blah, blah, blah. I played it before. So she started insinuating. And he wrote, why you be letting your daughter sit on your lap? Then he wrote, you can see 1 minute after, you be feeding on her. And I made a video, Professional Courtesy. And I put his names, Osama Khan and Chris, because I had respect for them, just to let them know, look, man, my bullet is going to hit everybody in that corner. So you may, not want to be there, but then it's on you. 2 days later, Osama Khan went back on that panel over there. And Smash been going on that panel several times. Even after Sa said he wants to interview Polite. Even after Sa said he wants to interview Nature Boy. Both of them are awaiting trial for sexual battery and for rape. Rape for Nature Boy and sexual battery for Polite. And then he said, you trying to associate me with N-words on another coast. Is he kidding me?
Yeah, that's crazy. He's missing the whole point, man. It seemed like, which is sad to miss that whole point, because it should be very obvious that the point is that somebody headed to trial. Somebody has done something to a little girl, and there's been accusations that this person has done other things, and other people have accusations against them too. In that same grouping, and how people behave puts a question mark over them. I mean, it's like the behavior has just been very strange, but almost no accountability, no call for action. Like, I'm not saying you can't try Polite. Polite is going to court, but that's not the only issue. You have like there's that's not the only issue. It's also about a conversation that got to be had about that behavior that community did not seem to want to have. That's the bigger problem, dude. They seem very reluctant.
Yeah, Miller is on mute. I think he has to attend to.
Yeah. I'm on mute, bro.
Yeah,
That was my point,
yeah,
though. That was my
yeah,
point. Yeah.
yeah. And Divinely Inspired wrote, these people are so disgusting. I mean, the things that you see, I've shown receipts, you know what I'm saying? It's like I didn't wake up and be like, I'm gonna beef with them, I was just having a conversation about history. The dude was wrong, got salty, and now hold on, that's Siri thing. Now it seems there it is. Now it seems I'm the worst guy on the planet Earth. Oh man, he has a history of capping for his friends, even when they are wrong. Back then they were negrophobic. Let's say anti-Africans, and he was still capping for them. Now they are clearly capping for child molesters and rapists, and he's still defending them. But anyway, go ahead, feel free, brother, if you better.
Well, that to me, it kind of is a good example of how these kind of phobias. Well, how not to behave, yes, and how not to hide behind these phobias, not try to use these phobias as an escape hatch for things that really are present and harmful. I mean, if you can use this little trick card, xenophobia, or any trick card for that matter, to constantly escape what the problem is, then eventually you're going to sink. You're going to sink because you never deal with the problem. You see what I mean? And I think that's what's happening here. People have been trying to cover the problem up for a long time, run away from addressing the problem. And now it's so obvious that there's a problem, and there's still people trying to find an escape hatch instead of confront the problem. And I think that's what I like about Inky, because let's not get it twisted. Anybody that's been associated with these groups can kind of takes a stain. You know what I mean? But having said that, Inky has been speaking up clearly, very clearly. You cannot confuse his language, and he has taken a hit. You've seen that. He has taken a hit, man. I mean, it affects money, it affects business, it affects viewership, it affects these kind of things. But he has spoken up plain and simple, and it didn't just start yesterday. He has said things that have changed how these people can operate. You know, they can no longer operate in the dark. You know, the light has been shed on them. You see what I mean? And that's something everybody should be doing, man. Don't hide. Don't cap with these people. It's over. The only thing you can do is hurt yourself further by trying to cover it up. You see? And I think that's the part Smash is missing. He's taking it in an odd way, kind of personal, when it ain't personal at all. It's just like, hey man, don't you get this is bigger than you? This is an issue that involves a lot of people, and everybody needs to speak up. You know?
To him, it's personal because I talk about his homies.
And why would you want homies like that? Like, goddamn, with homies like that, what are you talking about? Like, homies, these cannot be home. If these are your homies, it's a large reflection of yourself.
And
you
guess
know,
what?
because I can't have homies like that.
He was capping for Osai Motep, just like the whole Amen Ra squad used to cap for Osai Motep. You know, and it took them like I don't know, like 8 years for them to realize that he was pseudo. You know,
Yo,
but
if you're a homie, you don't go out and make a fool out of your own homie on video. Like, and with this bad behavior, that's what I mean. They make fools out of each other with this behavior they condone. And a real homie would never do that in the first place. You see what I'm saying? A real homie would sit down with another homie and say, listen, this is serious. How are we going to address this? Because this is serious. A real homie wouldn't just go out in public and make stupid lies that get obviously draw more attention to you and make you look more suspect. You know, that's not what real homies do. That's like, man, these guys got a weird idea of homies, man.
Real homies will give you advices that goes in your interest. But, you know, brother, it's July the 2nd. 5 more days. 5 more days.
Yeah.
But,
Cinco, what did they call that?
Cinco Dios, I think they say.
Yeah,
Cinco Dios. Mamma mia.
Cinco,
Ay, caramba.
yeah. As they say in Dominican Republic, Cinco Dios. I don't know. This is going to be crazy, man.
It's going to be off the chain, man. Yeah. Well, you know, Cinco más días. Más means more.
Yeah.
5 more days.
Cinco más días. Yes.
And then they're gonna say
Spanish in order.
They're gonna say Dios mío. Oh yes, Dios. Dios is days. Dio is God. Dio mío. Why do they say Dios mío? Dios.
I think it depends on what Spanish you're speaking. It depends on which one. Yeah.
So Dios mío. Reversal. Because I heard people say Dios mío. That's in English. That's in Spanish. It's not going to help. But yeah, we get the picture. Yeah, my God. Yeah, Dios mío. Okay. Dios mío. My God. Yeah, when we have the S, we're thinking of, you know, see, Dios mío. We're thinking of plural when we have the S, you know. But yeah. So, cinco más días. And then they're going to say adios mío, which means, oh my God.
Oh my God, man, yo.
then maybe when Polite is found guilty and sentenced to prison, maybe Sanetta will think about removing Polite from his will, according to what Enki said.
This shit is just bizarre.
It's about time I remove him from my will now. But maybe
this
Polite
is like
has so
a
much
soap
stuff on
opera,
him.
dude.
Maybe, yeah, it is like a soap opera. And maybe Polite has so much stuff on Sa that he's gonna let this stuff on the wheel, because he's like, if Polite speak and reveal what he knows, you know, who knows what they done when they partied in Miami and other places. You know what I'm saying? But man,
I'm surprised this ain't gonna be a Boondocks episode. It is.
Well,
it's going to be a
Boondock
Boondocks.
is over. They've stopped. They stopped. But it could have made the episode, because they made the episode about R. Kelly. I don't know if you've seen it.
I mean, this
Yeah,
going to be a real
Boondocks
one.
made an episode about R. Kelly, about the trial and stuff like that. You know, about people copying for R. Kelly, the girl testifying in court, the tape being shown when he's urinating on the girl, and then he gets a phone call. You know, and because he was wearing the mask, you know, I think the lawyer's like, we don't know who he is. We can't tell who he is. Then he goes, oh, hello, yeah, this is R. Kelly. Oh, what, you want a social security number? Then he gives the number, you know what I'm saying? But that's Boondocks, you know what I'm saying? That's not, you know, what happened in reality. It's just based on some true events, just like smoking
Yes,
with
it is.
cigarettes.
No, it's real. It's real, dog. nah, nah.
But anyway, that was a good one, man. It's been 3 hours and
All
44
right, Shaka.
minutes. Thank you for
Hotep,
being there.
peace.
Thank you. Yeah, Hotep, brother. Be better. Thank you to everybody that was in the chat. Danny Williams wrote 5 more something make it make sense. Divinely inspired. JTV didn't have a chance to reply. Maybe JTV is away now. We had Akasha also. We had Storm. We had Enter the Crisis. We had the brother Tory. And who else did we have? I think we had somebody else. We had Andrew Brunet. Yeah, there it is. Oh no. Oh, we also have Dugiem early on. Dugiem Natsar. But I know we had Andrew Brunet who came through at one point. There it is. Andrew Brunet as well. So it's not I Dios mío. It's I Dios mío. I Dios mío. Jorale balacos locos. Oh my goodness. Let me make my closing remarks. And remember, brothers and sisters, if you're generous, attends, mais oui. Allez faire le vélo? D'accord. You can send me some Cash App or PayPal. Or you can get yourself some of this fly gear. Money Inspired wrote, no light might see the real blood in, blood out. Now, in the movie Blood In, Blood Out, sangre por sangre, as it is called in English, in Spanish, you have Popeye. And he gets down a particular way. So, Polite may meet a Popeye, which is the equivalent of the Booty Warrior. The Boondocks made an episode about the Booty Warrior as well. Vinci. So here, you can get yourself. Okay, baby girl's crying. I'm gonna attend to her. Give me some chocho. That's what Popeye told Miklo. Miklo was saved by the other SS. Yeah. Okay. Shh. So, okay, she calmed down. So, you have umbrellas, travel mugs. You have the normal mugs. I'm in a place to be mugs. All these different colors. Backpack. Tote bag. My ad shirt for ladies. Kemet shirt for men. Kemet hats. Kemet hats again. Bandanas. My Art Forever hat. Amen Ra hat. Amen Ra fisherman hat. Onk shirts for men and women. My Art design for women. Round neck. V-neck. Kemet shirts for men and women. With the glyphs in the back as well. Windbreakers. Amen Ra hat with both the glyphs and the words or letters, let's say. Ujat Eye of Horus, Eye of Heru. Ankh hat, Ma'at Forever, a different design. You even have leggings. You have polo shirts. You have polo shirts. You have beach shorts. Summer's on the way now. woman bathrobe, other polo shirts, different colors of leggings, woman's blouse with ankh symbols. See that? Men bathrobe with ankh. Non, tu vas manger mes roses. Va là-bas, je suis occupé là. You have Nama Green Sahara shirt, Old Kingdom men's shirt. I'm in a place to be tonight with different designs, different colors. We have I'm in a place to be tonight shirts with different colors. A different I'm in a place to be tonight, which tonight is written in bold. And now we have the brand new Ma'at caps with the hieroglyphic symbol for the goddess Ma'at on the left and the ostrich feather on the right. So stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to by the nature, I will definitely holler back. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. If you want custom designs, we can do it. Even if there is profanity, as long as it's not too crazy. We already have Fox Cheddar TV. As a matter of fact, we have more than that. If you go all the way to the top, you have Stop Funding HOK. You have You Effing With My Money, F Sachetta. You know what I'm saying? You have a whole lot. So if you want custom designs, we even have the thongs, Rip Me Off and Smash. We have Chase Me Like the Hyksos. We have FMVP. That was a request from my sister, but you know, she was just capping, I guess, capping. We have Sorry Sa shirts. Caps, hats. But if you want custom designs, all you need to do is ask. Just send an email to me and tell me what sentence you want, if it's on the shirt or on the hat, and then you will receive the link and you can order if you like it. If you want modification, tell us, okay, you know. So stay safe, stay healthy. If I'm allowed to, by the nature, I will definitely holler back at you. I don't argue, I state facts. If you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem. If you do not think right, you will not act right. If you know better, you will do better. Do I to do an Ichero Hotel.
Now, for the record, for those who don't know, I'm giving Medu Nature classes. And here, that's the flyer. Okay? So, those who are interested, feel free to holler at me. If you're not interested, it's cool. But I recommend that everybody who has not yet seen the video, Kemet and Ma'at, Before Judaism, Christianity, and Islam, then watch it. It has about 300,000 views and really deserves to have a lot more.
I just want to let everyone know who's listening in now and who's going to listen to this stream in the future. I just had my first Meta Nature class by Brother Shaka today, and I've had other Meta Nature lessons by other teachers, and I can tell you right now, the brother is the best in the game. He is that was one of the best classes I've ever had, ever. So if you're interested in learning the Meta Nature, if you're interested in getting the basics of it, Brother Shaka is an awesome teacher. Get with him, and it's extremely affordable. This brother is giving us his time and his skills, and he's basically giving it away. I mean, I just consider it a donation. You know what I'm saying? So if anybody is interested in learning the Meta Nature, get with this brother right here. He's an awesome, awesome, awesome teacher. And I'll end with that.
Hotep Senu, Hena Senut. This is Julie, also known as Servant of Yah, and I'm currently taking the Medu Neture classes with Brother Shaka, and it has been an amazing experience. Only 2 lessons so far, and I feel like I've been taking the classes for months, just with the how in depth he goes into the vocabulary words, the construction of the language, the grammar. It's been immeasurable, the experience. And one thing that comes across hands down, is his extreme passion for teaching this to anyone who is willing to learn and has an interest in learning. So I highly suggest, if you are interested, even a minimal interest, that you subscribe to the classes with Brother Shaka. It's such a nominal amount for how much you get. I know, like, our last class was over 2.5 hours. It felt like 2 minutes, but because that's how, involved you are in what he's teaching and how he teaches and how compassionate he is about what he teaches. Also with sharing materials free of charge. No question, no doubt. It's just what he does. He doesn't have to, but he does. And so I just wanted to give a short testimonial about the class and the effectiveness of the class. And all of that is attested to how studied Brother Shaka is. So I highly recommend anyone with a minimal interest that you do sign up for the Medu Netia class. Hotep.
Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, which is Ma'at Forever. Don't forget to watch the video entitled Kemet and Ma'at. Don't forget to share Kemet and Ma'at on my channel on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, WhatsApp, or other social media that you use. Email, text messages, you name it. Those who wish to donate can do so on paypal.me/ma'atforever.